Vindi, vindibus ergetam, neserit pelium, pelium, omnes. Vindi, vindibus ergetam, neserit pelium, pelium, omnes, onoxos potens regni, demasias spes unida, multis cadet, omnus surget, Victoria, Victoria.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 10-year anniversary of League of Legends. How about that?
That was pretty cool. Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear me over the sound of the actual stream.
All right, so we had Silver Stripes, followed by Champ Select music, and now I just want to play a game of League of Legends. I'm locking in Vi. Who are you picking?
Ari.
Ari and
Darius top.
Darius. Boom. I like it. We just need 2 more.
So this is
members.
Riot's,
After this, before we do that, we got a little bit of a show to give to you.
This is their own pre-show. So I'm just going to be co-streaming this and jumping in with commentary anytime it seems to be interesting. Pretty much. So every once in a while, I'll turn down the audio on them and jump in myself if they say something interesting. But the actual Riot Please starts in about, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes, something like that. And that's when they're actually going to make their announcements of video games and the animated series or whatever else has been leaked. So, yeah, until then, I'm just going to turn this stuff back up again. My voice is a little too loud. Yeah, I know. Until the actual Riot Please thing starts, I'm going to turn their stream up again, and I'll mostly shut up unless there's something interesting to talk about.
I did see the Twitch robot thing happening.
That robot.
And my roommate apparently was flossing in front of it.
Oh, nice. I was going to say, get out of the way. It's coming toward you, because you don't know which direction it's going next.
Yeah.
Entirely controlled by Twitch chat. But it's been tons of fun to watch all of that flurry of activity around campus. We've got the music streams going. We got rioters and pro players. I see some of them sitting here in the audience after handing it to the founder of our company and some of the best players here at Riot. But all day, rioters around the world, they have kicked off the 10-year celebration by spending it with you. Not only you here on campus, but you at home. And Riot Swim Bananas will give us a glimpse of what went on today at Riot HQ, where the party started.
Hey there, League fans. I'm Mel, aka Riot Swim Bananas, and I'm here at Riot Games headquarters, where we're celebrating 10 years of League of Legends. What exactly does that mean? Don't worry, I'll explain it to you. Across the entire globe, all of our Riot offices are shutting down normal operations to say thank you to you, our players. By giving you gifts in game, having special streams and special surprises in store, everything is focused on giving back to you, our players. To start things off, let's explain what this lovely RP art wall is. So I don't know if you know this, but if you're ever super close to being able to buy a new skin in game, one time in your account history, you can write to our team and draw us a beautiful drawing of League of Legends art for 7 RP. Super close to being able to buy that Project Ash skin? Don't worry, draw her for us and we'll give you 7 RP to get her. What we don't say is we collect them all. We keep them all on display and hang on to them for 10 whole years. We've taken the best of the last 10 years and made the finalists, and we are now putting them on display behind us in our lobby for the world to see. Rioters voted on their favorites, and their best one was this 1 RP Poro right behind me.
That's absolutely brilliant. I love that. RP art has been such an integral part of the community from the inception of League of Legends. That said, I've actually never participated myself. Have either of the two of you ever drawn a piece of RP art?
No. Nope.
Okay, so I'm a little sad because we realized this yesterday. We were sitting here kind of going through some of the motions here, and the three of us realized, well, we've never actually drawn a piece of RP art. So let's do that now. So later that day, we all went back to our computers, and the three of us attempted our very best to draw in MS Paint. I'm assuming at least that's what I used, some RP art. So we did miss the opportunity to be awarded first place over that Poro. Not sure I would have been, but we are going to go through some of our RP art now, starting with T's from the TFT team. So T, who did you draw?
I drew 2 champions, actually. And
2?
Yeah.
That's unfair.
So today is a very special person's birthday. And
League of Legends?
Yes.
Yes. Perfect.
His favorite champion is Yasuo. My favorite champion is Akali. And so I drew them. It's up there. Their hairs are conjoined.
I love that.
For that synergy. And there's a
Okay.
cake on his sword.
Beautiful, beautiful. So happy birthday to that Yasuo there. I'm sure some of you in the audience know who that is. Now, here's my question to you in the audience. They did mention they threw out the 7 RP, but I more want to know how much RP you would award for this piece of art. Let's just go 1 through 10, or maybe 1 through 7. We'll say 1 through 7. 7's the
Okay,
max.
that's fair.
So just kind of start yelling out numbers. 4, I heard a 4. 5, a lot of 5s. A full-on 10, that's discarding the rules. I got a 7 here. All right, okay.
We just take the highest we
That's
get.
better than I thought.
You're averaging, 4 and above, 5 and above. That feels pretty good. All right, Toa, I think you're up next. Who did you go for?
Well, let me give some caveats first.
Oh,
obviously.
great.
No.
I work in music, right?
Yeah.
And MS Paint, I even had to figure out how to open that. So the caveat here is, I play a lot of Anivia mid.
What is
that?
that?
Was me and my
You cheater!
It's Anivia. Yeah, right.
You cheater!
Yeah. You get egged every once in a while.
It is brilliantly done. I'll give you that. I will give you that.
thought it
You're an
was
Anivia main?
I was for about a good 2.5 years.
Wow.
So,
Fascinating. What drew you to Anivia of all champions?
wow.
'Cause
Born
she's
and raised.
so slow.
Yeah,
That's my
but so
thing.
born and raised in Alaska.
Okay.
Summoner name's Iceberg.
Oh, that is all
And so,
coming
of course,
together now.
playing League, had to find ice, cold, Anivia. And this was before Froggen made Anivia cool. And so my elo was pretty
You're welcome,
decent.
Froggen.
Yeah, exactly. But,
All right, I love it. All right, okay, 1 to 7 RP. How much are we giving for Toa's Anivia? Oh, that was like an overwhelming 7. We don't even have to, that's it. It's a 7. All right, so our front runner right now is Toa. Third and finally, I took a stab at it. If I'm ever going to have to do something champion related, I'm going with my girl, Vi.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to lie, I impressed myself with this. I didn't think, it's similar to you. I think I'd opened Paint once in my
how
life.
much time did you spend on that?
I gave myself like an arbitrary time limit of like 20 minutes. I stopped and had a conversation in the middle of it, but I found that I actually learned a lot about paint throughout all this. I was like using different types of brushes. I had like the real brush, the pencil brush. I was trying to fill things in. I used the circle tool. I'm too competitive. I took this too seriously.
I really like how bendy
Without
that
a doubt.
arm looks.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So 1 to 7 RP. What are you giving me? Yeah! That's it. 10. This is my guy right here. 10 RP. Thank you very much. I'll take the victory. No, okay, so then we decided to have a little fun, I believe, and smash them all together. So I don't know what this looks like, but I was told that they took all 3 pieces. Oh, no, it's just the 3 side by side. Okay, I thought they were going to try and Photoshop them together, and I didn't know how that was going to work. I think we did pretty well. Maybe one of us would have made the podium if we had submitted it in time, but for the next 10 year, for the 20 year, that's where we'll claim the top spots. Either way, RP art is such an incredible way, one of the many incredible ways that Riot and our community get to interact and players get to show love for maybe something specific and then reap a reward, in sharing that passion. I think that is so cool. Overall, we will hear more from Mel and the action from Riot HQ, but now we're going to take a listen to the first Bilgewater session, a performance of our favorite Worlds 2018 anthems.
Welcome to the wild, no heroes and villains. Welcome to the war, we've only begun. So
and when I start to talk like that, oh, you won't know how to react. I'm a picture perfect face with that wild in my veins. You could hear it in my cry.
you chase it. There's blood on the ground, go and take it. This is your moment, now is your time. So prove
Ain't
yourself
nobody making
and
us down, 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 down. We could try, but we don't know where to ground. You could go another round, 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 round. We
the summit. Visions pray that one false step be the end. So higher and higher you chase it. It's deep in your blood, go and take it. This is your moment. Take to the skies, go. Prove yourself and
Down, 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 down. Make them try, but we don't know where to ground. You could go another round, 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 round. Pushing up, but you're not bringing us down. We go high till we get it, we go high. We so in it, we both stars. Only winning now. Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 down.
That felt effortless from the both of them, but a very special thank you to Jaira Burns and Telly Smith for their performance of Pop Stars and Rise. Toa, I'm coming to you because you're in the music department, and so the evolution of music, both in the gaming industry and for Riot as a whole, has been an astronomical journey to watch, and it's exploded over the years. I'm gonna take us all the way back to the first time I really recognized music in gaming, which was the Halo theme. And I think for a lot of people, at least in my generation, that song, that music spoke to them, and it really, there's such an emotional and kind of ethereal connection to the game through that. But music has come so far in gaming from that point. So talk to me about your journey since you've been at Riot, for quite some time and been a part of this level up process.
Yeah, I think with music, I mean, that's kind of what you're talking about, right? It's kind of the power and the impact of music itself is, right? It's able to kind of evoke these emotions and connections. I mean, hearing that performance with Jaira Burns and Telly, like, that already brings me back to 2018, which was like a very special moment for me, right? Like just hearing Pop Stars and Rise, like that was a special moment. And so for us, I think we're going to continue to like lean into music in that aspect because it's just, we here at Riot, as writers and players, like we just love music and we think our players do too. And so I think that's just us expressing ourselves.
So how do we get from the point of game music versus music within the game's universe? Right? Does that distinction clear?
Yeah, I mean, and I think for us, it's not really about that distinction, right? Like, I mean, music itself can exist in many different places, right? Whether you're doing a storytelling or if it's to help you in-game and understand what's going on or just to kind of express a certain emotion in a narrative, right? And so for us, that's just what we're looking to do with music. It just depends what we're trying to accomplish.
So then, for you, has there been a distinct project, maybe, that you've worked on over the course of your career here that has kind of, checked all the boxes in that regard, where you kind of feel maybe you did land on something, maybe a gem, a diamond of some kind, in terms of creating that kind of connection and really driving home the emotional?
I mean, I think each year has kind of progressed in each project, right? Like, I mean, 2018 for me as of right now, because it was just like all things combined. When you have KDA performing on stage, you have Rise and these artists that we've been working with and spending a lot of time, and just like knowing that feeling of competition and everything coming together. Right. Like, I think just for me, that's like one of the pinnacle moments, but I can go back each year and like talk about how special that was for me.
That's awesome. That's a more general kind of broad strokes. Look, T, I'm coming to you because you worked on TFT specifically. So what is your relationship working on a game mode, but how music attaches to that or provides to the experience?
Yeah, I think it's really interesting coming from the dev perspective. If you ever play a game without music, it is really weird.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just totally missing atmosphere and something is wrong. And so when TFT finally got like their background music, it just was like, this feels like a game now.
Right, it puts you in the space.
Yeah.
For those of you at home, don't do it now. Continue watching us, but do it later. Go try and play a game of League of Legends or TFT or whatever your favorite game is, and turn off the music. And it is a wildly different experience.
Oh, yeah.
And then turn it back on, and I think you'll feel exactly that wave of emotion kind of rush back into you, and you'll feel fulfilled again. It will feel whole all of a sudden. Across the world, there are nearly 3,000 Rioters working to support players everywhere. They wanted to say thank you. So here it is.
It is incredible to see this entire community thriving together.
I'm Priscilla Queiroz, leader of the League of Legends team here in Brazil. I'd like to thank you for these last 10 years, and here's to many more.
Hi everyone, merhaba. This is Onur from Dubai office.
I just want to thank you guys for the last 10 years.
Danke für die letzten aufregenden 10 Jahre und ich freue mich schon sehr auf die nächsten 10 mit euch.
Hi, my name is Owen. I'm on the EU Insights team. I'd like to thank you all for a fun-filled 10 years of League of Legends.
Спасибо. Спасибо.
Огромное спасибо.
Спасибо за ваши эмоции.
This is Chopper from Riot Esports. I just want to say thank you for your continued participation and engagement across both our game and our sport over these last 10 years.
Hello à tous, c'est Ken. Je voulais juste vous remercier pour ces 10 ans de League of Legends. J'espère qu'on va pouvoir vous retrouver encore pour 10 années de plus. Et voilà. Merci à tous.
Hola a todos de la oficina de Chile, acá en Santiago. Muy feliz cumpleaños a League of Legends por 10 años más. Y GG.
레전드 10주년 여러분들의 사랑으로 여기까지 왔습니다. 앞으로도 10년, 100년 더 많이 사랑해주세요. 많이 많이 사랑해주세요.
여러분들 사랑해요.
감사합니다.
Merhaba Runeterra. League of Legends'ı 10 yılı bizimle birlikte paylaştığınız için teşekkür ederiz.
Workers Pulutan yang keempat dari Riot Southeast Asia. Riot West Border Sini ingin mengucapkan terima kasih untuk 10 tahun Anda bersama kami.
Hello， 大家好，我係泰灣兒，多謝你哋同我哋一齊行過咗 LOL 精彩嘅頭10年，希望大家都期待緊 Riot Games下一個10年啦。
Hi, I'm Helly from the London office. I just wanted to say thank you for 10 splendid years.
Soy Riot Testing y este es el Rey Poro. Muchísimas gracias por estos 10 años de League of Legends y de muchas promos perdidas. ¡Felicidades!
Desde Riot Games España queremos dar gracias a todas las personas que han hecho posible esta comunidad por 10 años más.
Hello everybody celebrating League of Legends birthday. We're part of the crew from around the world here in Berlin for the world's group stage. And we've just got one small thing to say. Happy 10th anniversary Worlds!
Quick trip around the world just to say thank you to all of you. I want to turn to the two guests that I have here, though, on the couch and ask you guys if out of these past 10 years you could pick a singular favorite experience that you've had maybe with a player or a community member. Toa, let's start with you and work this way.
Yeah, so I think for me, going back, I want to say it was around summer of 2015. So again, like I said, from Alaska, from a small town, Alaska, kind of Fairbanks. So big shout out to University of Alaska Fairbanks and all the friends out there. But for me, is going back after working on a few projects here at Riot, and happened to be just like walking through a cafe, and nobody was there, but there's just like one person who's sitting at the cafe, like, you know, on his laptop, and I'm just like, what would be the odds, right? And so just kind of leaning over, very like in a creepy way, looking over his shoulder, and there he was, just like playing League of Legends, and you know, and I'm with my mother at the time, and so I just kind of sat down, again, still trying not to be too creepy, but when he was done with his game, and chatted with him for like a good hour, and was really cool to understand, because if you understand like being in Alaska, and like it's really dark and cold during the winter times for a long time, and so there's not a whole lot to do if you're not really into kind of different activities where you kind of have to be creative and find things. And so it was really interesting to hear this guy talk about how him and his friends, who his friends were back at home, like this was how they still communicated, was playing League. But not only that, like they were a band randomly. And as soon as I started talking about like, oh, like, you know, what do you think about the music, you know, over at Riot Games and League of Legends? And he was like, oh, we play like Pentakill. And he started, you know, just humming some of like, I think it was Last Whisper. And I was just like, would not expect that, right, in a small town in Alaska. So that to me is still like kind of a moment that I never expected, but it was really impactful.
How wild, how wild. What about you?
For me, if there's anything people know about me, it's that I really love a certain color, and I don't know if you could guess what
blue,
it is,
right?
but it's but it's green.
Oh,
and so
I was close.
my Riot name is Riot Greenily, and I remember this player reaching out to me.
Okay, no, not 1,000, please. It was bad enough when I did that goddamn ranking champion stream.
Like,
I can't have 1,000 people watching me re-stream the Riot thing. Goddamn.
Later, he reaches out to me and he's like, hey, do you have the Papercraft Anivia skin yet? Because it's part of the League Partner Program. And I actually, like, I can only get that the same way a player would be able to. And he had an extra one and he wanted to give it to me. And I was like, no, I don't want to, like, I think you should give it to a player. But he was like, no, I think you are someone who deserves it and you will spread the love of green. And so I was super, super touched that a player would give back to me like that.
Hashtag the love of green. It's the new movement, I guess. That's so cool, though. I mean, like, from, you know, anything as big as a shared love of a specific game or a specific color can be found through this game. What? That's wild. Okay, as we continue the festivities here at Riot, show us how you're celebrating a decade of League of Legends on Twitter, not Tweeter. Or you can use Tweeter too, the lesser known cousin app. But keep tweeting to us using that hashtag League10. As we were building League of Legends over the years, though, we decided some of these
I love you guys. You're very nice to me. Thank you.
Joined us along the journey to create League of Legends Origins. It will be available on Netflix and other channels this week, so make sure you check that out. Thank you to T and Toa for joining us today.
Thank you.
Please go enjoy the rest of the festivities. They're probably going to be hopping out here with you. We're going to swap them out, get a couple other riders to join us up here from around the world. And while they make their way up here, some more are going to say thank you.
It is incredible to see this entire community thriving together.
Marhaba, this is Muhammad from Dubai's office.
Thanks for the incredible 10 years.
So I'm Molly, I'm part of the tech team here in Dublin. I just want to say thank you to all the players and content creators that made League of Legends what it is today.
Hi, I'm Olia from London office. Thank you for being amazing players.
Hi everyone, I'm Rafał. I'm from the localization team in Dublin. I wanted to thank you all for the amazing 10 years. Dzięki, że jesteście.
Okay, now you're just making me cry. God damn it. Jerks, stop being nice to me. Not nice of you to be nice to me. Jerks. Thank you.
Hi, ich bin Alex vom Berliner Büro und vielen Dank für 10 Jahre League of Legends.
Merhabalar, ben Barla Sapaydın. 10 senedir bu oyunu beraber oynadığımız için çok teşekkür ediyorum. Nice 10 senelere hep beraber.
10년 동안 LOL을 사랑해주셔서 감사합니다.
올해도록 저희 롤을 사랑해주셔서 정말 감사합니다. SK 파이팅!
Ê em, đã bao nhiêu năm rồi? 10 năm rồi. Wow, 10 năm rồi hả? Wow, cảm ơn các bạn đã ủng hộ mình cho 10 năm mới ủng hộ Liên huyền thoại.
On behalf of Riot Southeast Asia, gusto namin magpasalamat sa masayang 10 taon ng League of Legends. Maraming salamat po sa inyo.
Hola, soy Riot Pennyworth y quiero agradecerles por estos 10 años. No hubiera sido posible sin ustedes y su pasión. Gracias.
Hey everyone, this is Rivington here from the LCS team in North America. Thank you so much for the past 10 years. It's been really awesome getting to meet so many of you along the way.
Желаем вам
Еще больше.
на полях правосудия.
Спасибо!
I don't think we could say it enough. Thank you, and 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 you. What if I actually went around and thanked every single one? Oh, especially you. No, really, thank all of you. I'd like to introduce our next two guests. We have Ariel from the League Narrative team and Ryan from the League's Comm team. Cactopus, have you locked in those final designs for the Prestige Summoner Icon yet?
They're coming in really good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
As good as well as my RP art?
Yeah, a lot
Just
of people, you know, they didn't think we'd give them any gifts for the 10-year anniversary. But
Right.
Very proud of this Summoner Icon.
Yeah, that's gonna be slick. Cannot wait. Beautiful. Okay, well, don't forget to send us your favorite League of Legends memories with that hashtag League10, whether it's personal play, an esports moment, or anything in between. Please share it with us. What are your favorite League memories? Let's start with you, Ariel.
So my favorite League memory, I think we were updating Nautilus's bio and information.
Okay.
And we made some changes, and there were some player reactions that were very strong. And so before we jumped in and reworked his bio, I asked if we could actually just ask players what Nautilus meant to them.
That's cool. So how did you do that?
So, I mean, you know, we have folks' email addresses who've played, and so we just hit everybody up with an email and said, if you've played Nautilus, if you love Nautilus, just jump on the boards and tell us what you think. And I didn't quite understand how many people would probably do this, but there were a lot of responses, like a lot of responses.
And what were they like? What were people saying?
It was amazing to hear what this this character who many people dismiss as just like some guy in a diving suit, that he really meant something to somebody. Like it was, you know, this is somebody who they'd spent hours and hours of gameplay with, and you know, him being at the bottom of the ocean and carrying this anchor, like were stand-ins that helped them get through a tough time in their lives. That just the player fantasy of kind of like being this kind of dark force, or all these meanings for people. Just it was so touching, and put a lot of pressure on trying to figure out how to honor all of that.
Right.
But it was just really exciting to read all of those responses and know that these characters leave an impact on people.
Right. I want to dig into that because I kind of want to understand what it's like to be in a space that is ever changing and evolving. Not only are we just introducing new characters, the world keeps expanding. As we know, at a specific time threw a whole lot out and started to rebuild. So, you know, when people so actively care about stories, but you are also charged with evolving the universe, like what's that balance like?
I think you just have to kind of start where we are and keep asking questions. And thankfully, players ask us a lot of questions, so we kind of understand what things we want to dig into and connect. And hopefully, we're building better and bigger and more important connections between our characters and our world and players, and just following them on their journey. And I think that's one of the fantastic things about working in narrative, is just this discovery of story.
And that's where I'm going to jump over to you, because in a lot of cases, you're on the front lines of some of those questions
Sure.
that
and
are
I have
coming at
questions
us.
for you about Corky's backstory.
Yeah,
I'm really trying to. All right, we'll cook on it.
Dig
Okay.
into that later.
Okay.
But yeah, what is that like? Because you are at the cross section of rioter and player or community member, and so you know, very much so, you are responsible to both sides in your position as a comms leader.
Yeah.
So, what's that experience like, taking it from all sides in a sense?
It's a super weird job. I like it though. I think the thing that I like most is that I get to help rioters make sense of the thing that they're working on, and talk to players about it, because they can get really scared, because they care actually a lot. I know there's a person in this audience named Daruk who's been working on Clash for a while now, and he has a lot of emotions about it, and he really wants it to go good, and I think it will at some point, right? And he's worked with some extremely talented people, like a person named Ben, who's helped him tell players about how we've been trying to get this thing right for years, right? I think it's a cool job, because if you can get it right and players understand and players see where we're coming from, it makes everybody feel better about what they're working on.
Right. What have you found the sweet spot? Like, is there kind of a relationship sweet spot that we operate in that feels good for both sides?
It's swingy. I think we kind of actually like when players like meme on us, because we deserve it a lot of times.
Okay, there's permission.
Yeah.
It's meme
I mean,
away.
You're gonna do it anyway.
You heard it. Yeah, they will, right?
And then I think what we really have fun doing is, like, we see like kind of, you know, we get roasted and we're like, okay, but that kind of motivates us to do something better.
Yeah.
And then when we deliver, maybe we can have fun too.
I hear that. How cool. I love that. Riot Swim Bananas is back over at Riot HQ, so let's check in with her.
I'm here at Jinx Tattoo Shop here at Riot Games headquarters with Riot Iron Maid Anne. Hi, Anne. How are you?
Mel, how are you?
Do you mind explaining to me what's going on in this room?
Yeah, so we are running Jinx's tattoo shop, where we have Jinx here herself, slinging her wares. We have some sweet L10-inspired temporary tattoos. Unfortunately, not the real thing today. And then a bunch of artists doing some tattoo flash art inspired by League.
So how are players submitting their requests to get tattoo art?
On Twitch, we have rioters on the stream right now, taking all your requests as artists get them done on, live.
But so why, for League of Legends 10 year, did you decide to do tattoo art? That doesn't normally come to my mind right away, so why'd you pick that one?
Yeah, that's a good question. So Jinx, of course, herself is donned with super awesome tattoos, but we've also seen over the last several years that players will express their love for League with permanent art, and what better way to celebrate with players than to offer our own interpretation of semi-permanent, not very permanent tattoos as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Anne. It looks like it's super fun in here. We'll try to get some shots to share with the stream. But you have a good day. You too. And thanks so much for checking in.
I'm kind of curious. I don't have league tattoo. Do either of you? No. Okay. Show of hands. Does anyone here in the audience have a permanent league tattoo? Ah, we got one. What do you have? Wriggles Lantern. Oh, throwback. Well, that's why you're here. One of the OGs. Yeah, I like that. We know BRTT's got the Draven axes. I had the privilege of being on All Chat for a period of time, and on that show, we got just an astronomical number of submissions for all kinds of art, and included in that was tattoo work. And it is just amazing to me, you know, the dedication and passion people have for specific things within the game to then go permanently tattoo them on their body, but then to see their takes, their creative takes on those things, or the artist's take on those things, and just what a wonderful celebration of where we're at. If you were gonna go over to the Jinx tattoo shop though and get a semi-permanent tattoo, what would it be?
I think Kali's dragons are pretty sweet.
Kali's dragons,
Yeah.
that would be sick. Would they like be intertwining, or
Well, I think
how's this work?
probably mimicking that pattern.
Okay, beautiful. I like it. What about over
Full
here?
Corky with a plane.
You and Corky, okay.
Freak out
Learning
my
a
wife
heck of a
when I
lot
get
about
home.
you right
Make her
now.
think it's real. Yeah.
Okay,
He
fair
does
enough.
an excellent Corky.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I think I would just get Vi's gauntlets tattooed on my hands.
Oh, nice.
Right? Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, or maybe I'd have to find a way to swell them up a bit to make them legit. I don't know. I detract. Anyway, talk to me about this book that is sitting in your
This
lap.
book right
This
here.
book that is sitting in your lap. What is it?
This is Realms of Runeterra, and this has been my passion project for like the last 6 months.
Okay.
And only at Riot can we do passion projects quite like this. But this is just, it came together very quickly, but it is a story and art book telling stories about our world and the people and places within it. And so many Rioters worked so hard on this, and it's just amazing. I cannot wait for this to go to players.
You can pre-order it right now.
Yes, you can.
November 5th is when
Yes,
it comes out.
It launches November 5th.
Amazon, all those places.
All right. Did you check? Is that one?
Can I
Are we allowed
give
to?
I cannot give this one because
Damn.
we only have this.
I tried.
But
I'm sorry.
I'm sure we could send a couple to some select folks.
Oh, there you go. All right. Well, we'll work those details out later. But either way, super cool forward written by you, and amazing work done by tons of Rioters across the entire company. Our next video, though, was created by the Riot Korea team to commemorate the last 10 years of League cosplayers. Just like League, cosplaying capabilities have evolved over the years. Costumes weren't perfect in the beginning, but were loved by many, and that passion and love fueled these cosplayers' dedication. Let's take a look at cosplay over the years. Unbelievable. Just utterly unbelievable what each of those cosplayers is able to accomplish. And again, the growth of that community alongside the League of Legends community over the years. I got to do my first cosplay at Summer Finals, but pretty much all of it was bought off Amazon. So that's about where I'm at. Yeah.
I'm just cosplaying as you right now with this.
That's hey, pretty good. Yeah, I like it. It's just glasses. All right. I asked the previous two up here for maybe their most impactful experience that they've had over the last 10 years with players. I realize that's a pretty high bar to hit, but Errol, I'm going to start with you. What's jumped out in your mind?
So I already talked about Nautilus, but that was pretty impactful. I guess just, today, it's like every day at Riot is like the next kind of biggest thing of how we can talk to players. And I've never been somewhere in terms of a dev community where we get to have this much interaction. And we did a stream earlier today, a bunch of the folks from the narrative, we just got to read stories out loud and answer questions. And I got to talk to some folks today, and it was just really a great experience to connect with the folks who are reading our stories, who care about our world, and have a conversation, and thank them. So I got to call one of them in Prague this morning. So it was,
oh, whoa.
Yeah, and that was just nice. And I tried thanking him over and over again, and all he was saying, well, thank you. And I was like, no, thank you. I'm calling you to let you know how much I really appreciate the enthusiasm here. And
that's beautiful. Appreciation both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan?
So my story that I'm thinking about is one that kind of shows the power that players have on us. And it's this person who works here named Ed. He goes by Sap Magic. He worked on the Ranked remaster earlier this year. I don't even know if you guys remember because a lot of it wound up getting undone.
Right.
And he told players kind of from the beginning, like, look, if these changes aren't good enough for you, then I'm going to undo them. He was the product owner on the thing, right? And he actually wound up undoing the changes because he just got all this feedback. And the entire time that he was working on it, he was just honest with players about it, and he was just kind of keeping them updated, like, we're seeing feedback on this, right? We're hearing from pros on this. So when he finally made the decision to undo really at least half a year of his own work,
wow.
Players, the way they responded was they were like, thank you for listening to us, and also, we appreciate all the time that you put into this. And I don't know if he'll mind me saying this, but like he had a really emotional reaction to that. Like he was so grateful to players. There was this, especially one day where people kind of were talking about how much they appreciate him, and I think he teared up at work because he was so kind of grateful to work
That's beautiful.
For this community.
I mean, so yeah, so please realize the impact that each and every single one of you has here on the riders and the work that we do. How cool though, again, that in the nature of your position is that you get to witness and be a part of a lot of these different interactions. Some of them have fabulous endings. I'm sure some of them, don't have as happy of endings. But again, like for you in your position, what's the driver then? What is your measure of success in any interaction between Riot and our community?
You would think that it would be if players are happy, but that's not necessarily it because we can't always get it right, and sometimes we actually have to go and fail. So it's not that if they're happy, it's if they understand what we tried to do at least. Right? If players are happy, that's great. That's okay. We can kill it there, right? Good. But if players aren't happy, then Riot has to go, listen, learn from that, and improve until players are happy. So it can be a long-term kind of process.
That's brilliant. That's awesome. We've got some time, so I'll selfishly take some time to talk about one of my experiences. Much like Riv, who you saw in one of the thank you videos, I'm blessed to be able to travel the world and meet players from every region. And largely, as you kind of spoke about, that is what gets to me the most. It's this idea that I get to engage with hundreds of thousands, if not at some point in my life, millions of people who all have this shared love of a game. And without fail, it makes it easy to connect and to converse, right? When we all arrive at an event centered around this thing, it's already a given that we love. How much quicker community is able to be cultivated, how much easier it is to get past the niceties of it all and really connect on a human level with people.
It's a universal language.
I've had some incredibly emotional and really deep interactions with people that I have never met before, and simply over this game. I mean, so much to the degree, one of my best friends met on League of Legends. Do you guys have any friends that you met on League first and then later met in real life?
A lot of
I do.
players here today, especially.
Well, yes, that, but I meant like, so one of my best friends in life, his name is Harrison. I met him 5 years ago playing League of Legends. And I just remember that day they flew out to New York to come to the 2015 summer finals. And I got to meet some of my best friends. I've been best friends with them for 3-4 years at that point.
That's awesome.
And how cool it is.
I have a friendship that was from my childhood that rekindled over League of Legends. I don't know if he's watching or not. Gat, EasyG20, he's my boy. We're both trash. Like we both made it to Gold 4 barely this year. But I really cherish his friendship, and we've been playing together a lot over the years.
That's great. So you haven't had an experience where you've met someone online and then, like a friend, and then like gone somewhere and met them?
Not yet.
Okay. See,
so,
I like that.
Yeah.
The optimistic look into the future. What's your main role?
Vibe
I'm
check.
the head of narrative here,
I don't know
so
why
I'm
someone asked
like
me
a
to say that,
story
but okay.
Oh, I meant in the game of League of Legends. But also here at Riot.
I would play mid. I've been working on a lot of stuff, so I haven't played as much as I probably should. But I don't know. I just fill wherever when we play together. Narrative folk usually play together. We're all relatively the same at the game.
That's awesome. I'd ask, but Corky?
Garen Jungle, one trick pony.
Garen is one of my favorite champions.
He's great. I keep trying to talk the balance team into doing something to help me out, and they just...
He just got buffed.
Well,
he's great.
Okay, Garen Jungle's not
Garen's
great.
always been strong, man. He has always been strong. I love Garen. Just run it down the side lane forever. That's beautiful. You've been at Riot, away from Riot, and back to Riot. I kind of want to get, I know, taboo.
True. No, it's true.
I kind of just want to get your perception, having exited the space and returning to it. Just kind of getting that momentary jump out of the company back into the player base and the community.
Why'd you come back?
And then back. Right.
Dude, there's nothing like this place. Like, there's this sense of magic, honestly, here. Like, the passion, it fuels this kind of energy that I've never seen anywhere else. The first time I saw it was when I saw my first LCS game live, and I see it here today, and I'm addicted to it.
That's you. You guys are the magic. Thank you so much. On behalf of myself, Ariel, T, Toa, Ryan, and all of us here at Riot Games, thank you for joining us for the League 10-year celebration pre-show. Stay tuned for a very special 10th anniversary Riot Please.
Okay, finally it's starting. Why are there so many people here? Thank you for the super chats, Sverda and Nils. Those are very kind of you. Anyway, the Riot Please is starting, which means now I can finally talk. Hello, why are you here? Oh god, this is the goddamn tier list stream all over again. Okay. Oh god, you people already make me cry. Jerks. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh god, am I gonna have to do an animation breakdown? No, okay, it's just a general. What? Let me know how the audio levels are like. Like, is the
Hi everyone,
stream audio okay?
League of Legends open beta, pretty cool game here.
We gotta introduce you guys to Faker if you haven't seen him already. He might be just the best mid laner in the world.
처음 코스프레 시작하니까 해결할 게 많네.
I've just been building up and working on my skill set.
We're playing TFT today. This is my very first round. I am nervous as heck.
Thank you for the super chats. Good lord. Oh no, help. Oh, there's so many of you.
It's time to game on.
I've had to make the chat a little bit slower because I'm a bit loud. Okay, I'm gonna turn it down then a little bit on myself. Okay, hopefully that's better. Notice me back. It's not like I want to notice you or anything. Oh god, I remember. I watched Season 2 Worlds live. Oh, thank you, Melvin. The first time I ever went to an esports event was in London during Season 3. And it was one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life. Like, it was absolutely wonderful to have, like, the audience behind me chanting. If you've never been to an esports event, go. Because you can't tell how cool it is from watching on stream. Oh God, am I missing super chats? No. Okay, good. Good. Oh, the delays. I remember the delays. Say vibe check with a sexy voice. Okay. Vibe check.
A lot of people feel like Dynamic Youth kills the competitiveness of League.
아, 이 게임 진짜 짜증나.
I made some really bad mistakes, and I died a lot for no reason.
Hemos hecho mucho esfuerzo.
There's been times where
Well, we've had some backdoors that are kind of like the XPK backdoor.
My fans.
I let you guys down.
We've had some like pretty nice plays since then, but yeah, those individual plays are a little bit
beat so bad the last game.
Deprioritized.
It was a little bit better than before.
Oh God, thank you for all the super chats. Good lord, like this stream. Okay, a little bit of background insight. A YouTube video that I make on my channel, like usually maybe it makes $30 if I'm lucky. So this live stream has already blown that out of the water. I did not expect this. I was just thinking, let's hang out and talk about whatever the hell they're announcing. But yeah, thank you.
Anything is possible.
You can't see it, but I'm dancing along right now. Down, 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 down. Oh, thank you, Megu. So, what are you actually going to announce, Riot? It's nice that you're patting yourselves on the back so much, but what are you actually going to show us? Give us something. If this thing gets to 1K, I'm screenshotting it and sending it to the Discord. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, listen, to have some ninja, I'd give you money if I had it. I'm sorry. Please don't be sorry for not sending me money. Please. I sometimes get messages from people who apologize for not being able to support the Patreon, stuff like that. Please, 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 please don't ever feel that way. It's only for people, like, if you have a bit of extra money and you don't mind me getting it, then fine, but don't stress about it. Please don't ever feel bad about it, because I really, it makes me really sad when people sort of get upset that they can't support, because no, it's only for people who can do it. It's only for people who can do it. Yeah, I saw a third beam of light there. What were they doing with that third beam of light? What were they teasing? Oh, Sed, thank you very much.
Hey everyone, Joe here again.
Oh hey, it's League of Legends Jeff Kaplan.
Today, we have a very special Riot Please for you. Of course, we're going to tell you all about our plans for the upcoming preseason.
Thank you, Wheels.
We'll also give you an update on TFT and much more. In fact, we've got a lot of great updates to share today, so be sure to stay tuned through the end of the show. But before we cover any of that, I want to talk about something important. This month marks a very special occasion. In just over a week, it'll have been 10 years to the day since League's official release date. For us, League has always been a game that we build together with all of you. Truth is, you've always been the ones who've made League more than just a game.
I have no shade on the guy, but he's not a very good presenter. Like, he talks like he's trying to hypnotize you. You will be very sleepy, and your AP will be nerfed by 2 points.
To become a meaningful part of your lives. You've helped us make League more
He's a better speaker than Jeff Kaplan, though. Like, Kaplan is just, the Tracer,
to say thank you to all of you who've helped us build League.
Oh, thank you, Callie B.
By brick. And to show our appreciation, here's what we've got planned. First up, 10 days of gifting. For 10 days, starting October 17th, we'll be celebrating you, the League community, with a small gift every day you log in. And no, it's not just summoner icons, although of course we gotta give you one of those. All you'll need to qualify is a league account that was created before this
thank you, it's
broadcast
Sameko.
began.
So,
we want the rest of this
login
month
bonuses,
to feel like
yeah,
a real
sure,
celebration.
why not?
So expect to see SR looking a little brighter than normal. Your shop is coming back. And because
I do
it's a
love the
special
Baron with the little
occasion,
hat.
For the first time ever, there will be a chance that
Oh,
your
Faustu,
shop
thank you.
contains
I don't know how much
legendary
that is,
tier
but
skins.
thank you for every cent
In the
and penny
past,
of it.
we've
That's
spoken
very
about
kind
our
of you.
reasons for moving away from classic Earth to the all-random Earth mode. But this is a time to celebrate and pull out all the stops. So for the first time in over 4 years, we're bringing back Earth with full champion select.
Hey, Earth is coming back. So that's why they haven't been announcing it yet, is because they were saving it for this. Well, shit, I might actually play a
It'll be
little bit of
available
League of
from
Legends.
October 28th through November 8th, so you can keep the celebration going.
Let's
Over
see,
the
let's
last
turn the
decade,
stream up a bit.
you haven't just helped make League a great game, you've helped make the world a better place. All the way back in 2010, you bought the Earth Warwick skin, and together we raised money to save actual manatees.
Oh yeah, I
In
remember that.
2011,
Good lord, that's a long time
After
ago.
a devastating earthquake in Japan, you and Nurse Sakali raised more than $160,000 for the Red Cross and provided relief to hundreds of thousands of people in need. The following year, you banded together and through the Jacksima
Wheels,
skin
thank you.
contributed to the
Vic
Make-A-Wish
and
Foundation
Naza.
in honor of a League player
I
named
don't know if they
Joe.
can notice you, but I hope they
In
do.
2017, we committed over $2 million from the proceeds from Championship Ash to 3 great
One thing
charities
that they're not
you
going to
voted
notice, mention in this stream,
And
is all the
last year,
sexism and
with the
racism
help of
accusations
Brian,
at the workplace.
a cancer survivor who helped us design the Dark Star Cho'Gath skin, you all raised over $6 million for 20 charities.
Rasher, it wasn't
around the
200
world.
bucks.
That's
It's
the
ARS.
power
It's a
of the
currency
League
from, I don't
community.
know where it's from, but it's not.
When we come together, we can accomplish truly remarkable things all over the world, in all of the communities we're a part of. And we know there's a huge appetite out there to do even more. So today, we're announcing a new initiative called the Riot Games Social Impact Fund. This unique
Oh, I'm
nonprofit
gonna have
will
to-
be the
oh, I'm
engine
gonna have
for
to
our
bite my
collective
tongue about
efforts
this.
around global social impact.
Global social
Since
impact, huh?
establishing the fund earlier this year, we've already donated
Freedom for Hong
over
Kong.
$4 million to charities around the world. As a global game, we know it's important for you to choose which charities the money raised in your region goes to. And that's what this fund will make possible. Later this year, we'll be releasing Dawnbringer Karma, the first
Oh.
skin
Oh,
where
that's actually
all
quite
proceeds
nice.
will go to the Social Impact Fund.
Weird that the boob
On
plate
behalf
they've got
of
on her, though.
everyone at Riot, thank you for
Save it
everything
for a
you've
video,
done.
yeah.
The good we can do together is
I really
just
should
getting
do
started.
a complete video on all the
Okay,
fuck-ups Riot have
Let's
done.
hear about what we've got planned for preseason.
Hey everyone, Jess here. Before we get into preseason, I want to share a small announcement that'll make players in one particular part of the world happy. We know that there are many League players in the Middle East and North Africa who love League and have been playing
Oh, they're
on
going to get
European
African
and North
servers.
American
Oh,
servers,
that's good.
and that we can do a better job of supporting them. We are proud to announce that we will be supporting these players by gradually offering all Riot Games products and services in Arabic.
Oh, in Arabic. Okay. No servers,
Okay,
just
on to preseason
language
changes.
support. Language
Over the
support
years,
is good.
Summoner's Rift has changed a lot. Sometimes in small adjustments to things you're already familiar with, and sometimes in complete overhauls or totally new additions. We've always thought of Summoner's Rift as a living, breathing place with enough depth to be fun and interesting, whether it's your first time playing or if you're a seasoned veteran.
So they're
And to
talking
that
about,
end,
they've been talking about
Preseason
adding more
2020,
objectives to
Rise
the
of the
map,
Elements
basically.
will introduce new emergent gameplay opportunities on the map, meant to open fresh strategies to master, outplay, and win. The biggest change here is the new Elemental Rift system. As teams take down Elemental Drakes, one
Toku D,
element will
yeah, I'm
eventually
probably
dominate
going to make a Hong Kong
permanently
video because there's a
altering
lot
the
of context that a lot
Each
of people are
elemental
missing
rift
about
impacts
it.
team fights, rotations, vision, and objective control in a unique way, meaning no one game will play out the same as the last, even if everyone's on the same champ. Infernal knocks down walls and burns down brush. Mountain adds new terrain to play around.
I don't mind
Ocean
people,
makes brush grow larger and spawn extra honey
Oh,
fruit,
that's actually
and
really
Cloud
cool.
turns pathways into wind tunnels that increase movement speed. Elemental buffs are also getting an overhaul, with the final stack of each element.
I might want to take a look at
powerful
the art
effects
on
that aren't
that.
just stats. Plus,
That actually looks
Cloud Drake should be
interesting.
more satisfying now that we've switched it to grant CDR on your ult. And don't worry, we're not letting Elder Dragon be one-upped by its younger siblings. When the game gets to Elder, we know the game's progressed pretty far. And to that end, we want to change the invisible parts of Elder buff into power that more clearly tells you to fight and push through to the end.
I mean, I'd mostly
Elder buff's keeping its burn effect,
Summoner's Rift for
but
me is
instead
mostly
of the large
esports.
passive stat stick Elder currently gives,
So I'm
it'll
happy
now
about
grant
anything
and
that
execute
introduces
against enemies below
changes.
a certain health threshold. Dragons aside, we're also making a few map changes to add more outplay opportunities. Top and bot are getting new alcoves to shake
Ooh.
up vision control and ganks.
Oh, that's
And we're
gonna
adding
fuck some
new
shit
brush
up.
by the blue buff river entrances.
Those alcoves are gonna fuck some shit
That's
up.
just the
Holy
start
shit.
of what Preseason has to offer. We'll be publishing a dev blog shortly after the stream with more info on these changes, plus a ton of others we didn't have the time to get
All
to
of the
here.
pros are about to be really
Next up,
fucking
we've got a
angry.
piece to show you. Following his relentless pursuit of his nemesis, Lucian finally comes face to face with his past, kicking off a new chapter of one of League's oldest rivalries. Check it out.
And now we announce Senna, I think. There she is. Ooh, I'm gonna have to do some animation breakdown here. Oh, there's some good stuff there. Okay, Lucian, he's a support, you're an ADC. This shouldn't be so hard. There we go. Oh, Ratcher, thank you. Here she comes. Oh, is she evil? Tell me she's evil. Oh my god, she has an invulnerability shield. Okay. Senna looks badass. Green eyes. She's undead. Oh, we're gonna have to talk about that animated short later.
That's right, Senna is coming to League of Legends as our first ever support marksman.
Nice.
She'll be available on PvE October 20th.
A support marksman.
Summoner's Rift
we're gonna
isn't
have
the only mode that's evolving this year.
We're gonna
Let's
have
talk a
Wife
little
Lane
bit
with
about
Lucian.
League's newest permanent game mode, Teamfight Tactics. When we launched Teamfight Tactics earlier this year, we hoped you'd love it, and the response has blown us away. TFT has brought millions of players to League. It's one of the biggest modes we've ever added to League, and it has us feeling incredibly inspired about ways we can keep investing into TFT for years to come. One of the biggest ways we're going to be changing the game in the near future is with seasonal sets. A couple of times per year, we'll rotate in a whole new host of champions, origins, classes, and items. TFT will always be about strategic depth and exploration. In the new sets, we'll keep some of the mechanics
Rotating
familiar,
champion
but we'll
sets.
also reimagine a few favorites, and we'll
That sounds
introduce
cool,
others
actually.
that are totally new. Thematically, we can explore the entire League universe and the alternate universes by drawing deep from the whole spectrum of champions and skins that we've created in the past 10 years. The first seasonal set is coming to live servers in just 3 weeks. It's called Rise of the Elements, just like Preseason. It will feature totally new origins like Desert, Inferno, Poison, and new classes including the Summoners and Mystics. New champions like
TFT is
Lux,
absolutely
Annie,
coming to mobile
Olaf,
someday.
and even some old favorites bringing new twists. Those that played in the beta season will get rewarded for their climb.
I guess we can retire our wife steal quints now. Yeah.
And of course, Set 2 wouldn't be complete without a whole new host of Little Legends, arena skins, and some brand new things to make you and your team look good. It'll hit PBE October 22nd, and we've just published a dev blog on LeagueOfLegends.com with more details. Check it out and let
Okay,
us know
that
what you
sounds
think.
actually really fucking cool for
One more
TFT
thing.
because TFT gets
From the moment we
stale
launched
after
TFT,
a while.
players have been asking for a mobile version of the game.
Oh, thank you,
Turns
Colin.
out, you guys actually do have phones. So by popular demand, we're announcing Teamfight Tactics as its own separate app for iOS and Android.
Oh, fuck! God
It's
damn
coming
it!
in early 2020.
Teamfight Tactics
and
on
we'll have
mobile,
a few
fuck.
betas coming in December of this year.
I'm gonna
It'll
lose all
feature
my
full
data. I'm
cross-platform
gonna
play
data
with the
cap
PC
so hard.
version of TFT. Hope you
Fuck! Oh, they're
We
gonna
hope
make
you're
$1
as
million
excited as
billion
we are
dollars
for
on
what's
that.
coming for SR and
Holy
TFT.
shit, 900 viewers?
There's something else we'd like to share. It's something we've been working on for a while, and some of you might even be.
And here comes the new game.
TFT isn't the only thing going multi-platform. Coming soon, we'll be bringing the League experience
Oh,
to
it's
both mobile.
okay.
and
They're just
console.
announcing mobile. Fine.
So let's take a first look at League of Legends Wild Rift.
Okay, mobile League of Legends. Let's see what they're doing with that. Apparently, they're making it a cyberpunk clone.
Hey there, it's Michael Chow. I've been dying to talk to you about the Wild Rift, which is coming soon to console and mobile. It's taken us years, way too long to do this, but we had to get it right. We needed to figure out how to bring a true League experience
Oh, thank you,
to other
Anonym.
platforms
Anonym
in a way
sender.
that's worthy of your love, your time, your investment. And we think we've finally gotten there with the Wild Rift, and we're thrilled to be able to share it with you.
Sorry to turn him down, but I just want to stress, the reason why Riot are making a mobile version of League of Legends is because Tencent ordered them. Like, they've been fighting Tencent for years not to make a mobile version of League of Legends. They didn't want to do it, but Tencent has finally managed to force them.
Telling us that you simply can't play League with a lot of the friends you love to game with. Yes, because of their lifestyles as well, but also because League takes a long time to learn. The matches are really long and so on. So we built a new Rift that you can play on console and mobile with 15 to 20-minute matches and a dual-stick control scheme that's intuitive and satisfying and still super deep. We've also added some new systems that preserve the core 5v5 gameplay you know, while adding a few twists that we think really shine on mobile and
So,
console.
no cross-platform.
Now, Wild Rift
but
is
I think
not a port of the PC game. Taking SR and just shoving it onto new platforms wasn't going to work. To get the gameplay just right, we needed to rebuild from scratch. We spent a long time making sure this will be a true League of Legends experience that's worthy of devoting
there might be
the precious
cross-platform between mobile and
Wild Rift
console,
has
but that's the
incredible
most
and you can make
cross-
those same badass 200 IQ outplays and team plays you know and love from League PC.
So it might be... I'm gonna take a look at the graphics differences between the main SR and the mobile version, because there's actually a lot of interesting stuff going on here in terms of like how they're changing the readability. Like you can look at all the... thank you, Devin McEvoy.
We'll be straight with you. There are some downsides to the from-scratch approach we've taken. We're not going to have every single champion skin available on all platforms.
No,
and although
of course
you won't
you're
get
not,
the same
because
unlocks between
that
League
would
on
prevent
PC
you from
and this
monetizing
version,
it over time.
You will get great rewards for the time you've spent with League over the last 10 years. But like I said, we think these trade-offs are worth it. Starting from scratch has given us the opportunity to do a full visual remaster on a ton of the game.
Oh, I want that Jackson the main game.
Collection system that lets you show off all your champs and skins in an incredibly immersive way. We think this is so dope. We're just
it's
play
gonna
this for a
suck
bit
when
so you
some
can enjoy
champions
it.
look better on mobile. Some of the champions are gonna look better on mobile. Oh my fucking god. That's fucking hilarious. Oh man. Those animations are sick though. Like, Those are genuinely incredibly cool animations.
We've got so much more to show you, but that's everything from me for now. As you saw earlier, League on PC has some huge plans ahead, but we'd love for you to join us on the Wild Rift when the game releases in your region.
They had better do visual updates for all of the champions that are in the mobile version.
With plans to roll out on most
shit.
platforms and most regions globally by the end of 2020. So whether you're grinding ranked on Summoner's Rift, popping poros in ARAM, going full glacial in TFT, or squeezing in a game on the Wild Rift, we hope that there's a place for you and your friends to dive into the world of League together.
Okay, now give us the fucking card game. I know you have it.
10 years ago, being an esports fan was hard. Tournaments were few and far between. Streaming was still in its infancy.
When we held our Season 1 tournament
Oh,
at
piss
DreamHack,
off, Brandon and
we had
Meryl.
like 100 folding chairs, half of them were empty, but you tuned in en masse, 1 million on the stream, and that show of force gave us the permission to go big, to lay the groundwork for a sport that would be worthy.
You're
of the
right,
passion
Gabor. They're
from the
gonna
players
port
and the
League of
teams
Legends
and
to
the
fucking
fans.
Switch. At some point, they're gonna port League of Legends to Switch. Jesus Christ, League of
Along the
Legends on
way,
Switch?
We faced our fair share of detractors.
We often struggle to deliver an experience worthy of your expectations. But you continue to show up.
A record-shattering 99.6
We
million
have seen
viewers
Senna, yes,
tuned in to
Renewable
watch
Frog.
Invictus
That she has been
Gaming face
announced
off against
with a cool
Fnatic
cinematic.
at last year's World Championship.
지금은
Oh God, is there 1,000 people? No, God damn it!
이상의 프로 선수들이 전 세계 13개의 프로 리그에서 경쟁합니다.
Hello, everybody.
These organizations now mirror more traditional sports orgs.
Its coaches, analysts,
Hello.
personal
Thank you for
trainers, and
showing
sponsors.
up
There are thousands
to
of
me
professionals
rambling
around
over
the
a
world whose full-time
Riot game
careers
stream.
are
Thank
in
you.
the sport of League of Legends.
Oh, good lord.
In the years ahead, you'll see more features like ProView and more blending of sports and entertainment with experiences like the Elder Dragon and KDA.
Even if you're silver in League, you can prove you're a challenger to your coach.
thank you,
in the new
Sverda.
League of Legends Esports Manager coming out next year.
Hmm.
我们将在下赛季初从 LPL 赛区开始着手这件事情，并最终尝试把它向全球范围内推广。
You'll see more investment into studios like the one we're in right now, which was developed to power not only our LPL league, but also our 10th World Championship, a multi-city spectacle taking place in China next year.
Now the next few
Okay, so
years
Worlds
of
is in
esports
China
will
next
no
year.
doubt be epic. But more immediately, we're just as excited about what's right in front of us.
Thank you,
The
thank you, Fausto
2019
and
World
Vulture.
Championship.
16 teams
Why
from
are
around
there
the world
1,000
are
people
competing
here?
in Berlin for the chance to raise the Summoners Cup.
I'll
Top
try and
teams
make it
who
entertaining
survive
for
the
you.
group stage will
I'm
travel
gonna
to
try and live
Madrid
up to
before
1,000
completing
people.
their journey on November 10th at the 2019 World Finals in Paris.
We are so grateful to all of you for watching, for supporting,
Oh, shut up,
and
Mark
for
Merrill.
believing in the potential of League.
Jackass.
We could not have done this without you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Obrigado.
Thank you.
teşekkürler. 감사합니다. Thank you.
Thank you to all of you for helping make League of Legends a global sport.
For all of you and all the support you've put into League of Legends, thank you so much.
As much shit as I give Riot, though, the truth is, go to an esports event if you can, because it's fucking, they're good. Okay. What are you gonna announce now, Riot? The card game, right? It's been leaked. We know it's gonna, we know we know it's coming. Is one of your artists gonna be painting one of the cards? That looks like a card to me.
Even in the early days,
hey,
we knew we wanted League
Ghostcrawler.
to be about characters with rich personalities, clearly defined themes, and deep gameplay.
Oh, thank you, Shifu.
But we were all passion and heart with very little practical expertise. Some of our early efforts managed to capture something magical, but we knew a lot of them had room to improve. We've always believed that we've made something great when it resonates deeply with you all. All that love that you put into our
Ghostcrawler has
world
been working
and
in
the
R&D.
appreciation you show when
He's
we
been
get
working on
something
new
right
games.
inspires us to keep trying. At first, the League universe existed only within the game. Then, we realized players wanted to know more about the world, but we were a little scared that we were going to screw it up. So, we invested in small experiments to try to get better. But now we're entering a new era. You're going to see us try a lot of different ways for you to engage with the
thank you,
world of League of
Murillo, for that
Legends.
super chat.
From comics to novels, board games, music videos, TV. I know this all sounds a little crazy, but like with everything we do, we're going to look to you to let us know what's working, and we'll double down on those areas.
Or maybe you should just make stuff for yourselves. Oh shit, League of Legends Music Volume 2. Nice. About time. But this looks to me like they're designing art for the card game as well. Preco. We'll go back over this. Like,
it's pretty good.
Once the stream is done, we'll pause this and go back over it and look at stuff.
Yeah, man, that sounded great. Thanks.
You didn't even listen to the whole thing. How do you know it's
Hey guys,
sounding
how's
great?
the world's going? It's going really well. Good to go, dude. See you in Paris.
But yeah, it looks like they're gonna release something on vinyl. And they're teasing Pentakill. And they're teasing all kinds of shit, actually. Hey, Nautilus. Okay, so who is that character, and why are they not showing us her face? Oh, it's the lady from Against All Authority.
Legends never die. They become a part of you. Every time you bleed for reaching greatness, relentless you survive. They never lose hope when everything's cold and fighting's near. It's deep in their bones, they run into smoke when the fire is fierce. Oh, pick yourself up, cause legends never die. When the world's calling you, can you hear them screaming out your name?
It's a good song. It's not the best world song, but it's a good song. Okay, what are you announcing then, Riot? What is this teasing? This is teasing something. It has to be. Wait, is this an outro? You can't be done yet. You haven't shown the card game. We know it's coming, Riot, you bastards. This looks like wrap-up. This looks like they're done. Really? Just mobile and nothing else? Oh, there we go! Oh, it is the fucking fighting game! The fucking fighting game is gonna be... Okay, now you're showing us some shit. So, card game, fighting game, I saw a third-person action game there as well. Is that a shooter? What the fuck? What the fuck did you just do, Riot? What the fuck was that? No. Go back. Go back. What the fuck was that?
So for the last 10 years, we haven't just been making League of Legends.
We always knew we wanted to make new games eventually, but not at the expense of, you know, the growth and the needs of League of Legends.
A lot of us spent our youth playing shooters, like really hard shooters.
Strategy games.
It had a Street Fighter II machine.
How many games are you assholes about to announce?
Somewhere new.
One of my all-time favorite games, for example, is Civilization.
the single player side, not the multiplayer side.
Magic the Gathering, by far.
I've been a card game player my whole life.
I grew up playing lots of classic adventure games.
I play a lot of MMORPGs, which tend to last basically forever.
I was going to the arcade every day after school.
Card game, first-person shooter, fighting game.
I think Riot is
and a
third-person
Diablo-ish dungeon crawler.
Players that wanted to.
I'm gonna have to make so many fucking videos.
Game developers while remaining players.
Whether you're a tactical shooter fan, or a fighting game fan, or a strategy card game fan, you can count on Riot to support those needs with a really, really strong.
Okay, fuck you, Riot. I was not ready for that.
We all love League of Legends.
I thought you had leaked it
I think
all.
we also all love to imagine the possibility of what would it be like to run around and explore.
They're not going to do an
the world
MMO.
of Runeterra.
Fuck no. Well, they fucking might.
Experiences for players to go explore with their friends.
I hope that in the same way when you see a Disney movie and then you go to Disneyland and getting to actually walk around and explore a space that you know really well feels so magical. I hope that's the kind of experience that we can give to players. That feeling of
that looks fucking sick. That Blitzcrank. I hope they make a rework for main League that looks like that.
We didn't build League of Legends, right? We started it, we seeded it, and then we built it with the community of players, right? The players have showed us ways to play our game that we never imagined, right? And they're continuing to do that.
You know, we just exposed a whole bunch of information about what we're making as we become, I think, more transparent.
Oh God, how am I supposed to make videos about all of this?
Thinking about them first.
Oh no!
As a developer, it's such an exciting time when you've been working on something sort of behind the scenes for such a long period of time, and you start to show it to the rest of the world to get feedback.
About a month ago at EVO, we were able to share news about Project L.
Okay, but you guys can shut the fuck up now and actually show us the game.
That was a crazy, surreal experience.
Come on. Give me gameplay footage
for a little while, and we've always had to be so secretive.
League of Legends fighting game, though.
League of Legends players expect from this game is different, but in some ways harmonious with what I think fighting game players expect from this game. Everyone wants a great game.
Oh, I'm gonna have so much fucking content.
People are really excited.
Oh my God!
See Runeterra champions like in a new light, even like from a new camera angle, making fighting.
I don't even know if I can get that
really
many
tough.
views.
These are intricate games to make, and while we're
There's so much
a good ways towards making something that we think is really cool, we still have a long way to go. We're gonna go dark for a while after this.
The fighting game is presumably in
please don't
prototyping
expect
phase
anything soon, but know that we're here working hard for you.
My hope is that Riot continues on for many, many years and
because they're very careful not to show us actual
that players can count on.
Like they've only shown us little bitty
snippets. Excited to see
so this is just they're just announcing that they're working on it. They're not actually.
That there's an incredible.
They're not publishing it yet. Thank God.
Player dreams come true.
Rip TB. Think of all the new lore and animations. Yeah, I know. Oh God. Ugh. Fucking hell. Well, I'm gonna have content. That's something. That's fucking hell. Okay, so my takeaway from this.
Hey everyone, I'm Anna, and I'm the executive producer on one of those games you just saw, codenamed Project A. We've talked about our philosophy on developing new games here at Riot, but I figured we could also show you
my takeaway is the fighting game is in very early stages.
Here it is. Project
and so
A
is that ARPG.
Is our character-based tactical shooter. It's competitive. It has precise gunplay. It's set on a beautiful near-future Earth, and it has a lethal cast of characters, each with their own unique abilities. This is our take on a competitive shooter.
Okay, that's clearly unfinished. But it's also clearly meant to be able to run on mobile. Like looking at the asset fidelity.
We promise that just like League, we're in this for years and years to come. With Project A, we're staying true to the high
thank you for the super chat, Melvin.
Attack shooters.
It is very similar to what Blizzard is doing,
We want
yes.
a attack shooter with more creativity, more expression, and a lot more style.
But this looks like it's tailor-made for mobile.
Amazing tactical opportunities for your gunplay to shine. We started with a crew of veteran developers who have a deep passion and a wide range of experience in the FPS space. But it's not enough to have the right team.
But yeah, this has nothing to do with League.
Problems.
This is Riot
but what does
actually
that really mean?
making new IP.
Well, we're all tired of seeing our bullets not register because of low server tick rates. We keep hearing buzzwords like dedicated servers, but almost nothing about low ping or how a game plans to fight Peeker's advantage. But with Project A, we're going big on things like global infrastructure and netcode designed to go to war on Peeker's advantage. You'll hear more technical details as we get closer to launch, but just know, we know, these are critical things to get right.
But yeah, this is
Now let's
early
talk
in
about the
development,
cheaters.
and I think it's
We
being
know
targeted
you
at
hate
mobile.
second guessing if you really lost.
Like, it's
or
gonna
if someone
come
was
out on
running
PC as
aimbot
well, but
or
I
a
think
wall
it's gonna be
hack.
targeted at
From
mobile.
day one,
Looking
we
at
have
the
put
aesthetic.
anti-cheat at the forefront of our development, and we will do whatever it takes to preserve the integrity of your matches. We want to be firm in our commitment here, because this matters to us, and we know it really matters to you. And these are just some examples of what we mean when we say we want to do a character-based tactical shooter right. We're keeping the fundamentals that make this genre so competitive, but also bringing some new additions. We're going heads down for a while, but expect to hear more from us in 2020. In the meantime, keep an eye on our Riot Games Twitter feed for any updates and maybe a few cool teasers.
But yeah, I'm not really
Thanks,
much of a
everyone.
first-person shooter guy, so I'm not that excited about a shooter. But I wouldn't expect it to. I would not expect to see that FPS come out anytime soon. None of it, really. This feels like
Hi,
early
I'm Jeff
announcements.
Ju. I'm Andrew Yip. And we have a confession. We're making a card game. What?
That's the Legends of Runeterra. There we go.
Okay. We know what some of you might be thinking. Riot, there are plenty of card games. Why are you making another one? And we get it. We've been playing them since we were kids, so we're super familiar with the flaws of our favorite genre. Spending an entire paycheck just to try another deck, over-the-top RNG deciding which player wins, metas that get solved way too fast, and cards that stay broke way too long. So we asked ourselves,
a League of
what if we could
Legends
change all that?
card
We
game
spent a
would have
lot
the
of time
potential to
thinking
finally
about what
give
we would do
Hearthstone some real
And now
competition
we're aiming to
outside
shake
of
up
Magic
the card
the
game
Gathering.
formula by keeping what's great, improving what's not, and adding some new twists of our own. We've been hard at work making the best card game that we can imagine, one that we hope players everywhere will love. And we're super excited to show you what we've got so far.
We're
Today,
not getting an
we're gonna share
MMO.
three
I might
things
as well
we
tell
hope will
everyone
excite
in chat,
you. How we're
no,
bringing the
they're not
world
making
of
an
League of
MMO.
Legends to this game.
They're not that
what
stupid.
Makes our gameplay unique. And finally, how you unlock cards. Let's do it.
Okay, so that's in a fairly finished state.
When we decided to make a card game in the League of Legends universe, we knew where we had to start, the champions. Ask any League player and they'll tell you why their main is the most badass, exciting, and satisfying champ to play.
Really? Because when
Our
I
goal
talk
is
to League
make
players,
the
they usually
champions in
complain
Legends of
about their
Runeterra
mains.
live up to those expectations and then some. In the first set, you can choose from 24 champion cards to include in your deck, each with a unique mechanic inspired by their original League abilities.
Okay, so
Champions
each
enter the
champion
battle as
comes
powerful
with a set
cards,
of
and if you
additional
play smart,
cards.
they level up to become even more epic. These level ups are game-changing moments, both strategically and visually. Champions are key cards to build your deck around, but to take down the enemy nexus, you're going to need a team. Pick allies that support your champ's strategy to level up fast and take control of the board. And you have tons of supporting cards to choose from. You'll encounter some familiar faces
Hey, Senna!
and
There's
discover
the splash
completely
art.
new ones. Every card and character in the game comes from a region
And that's a
of
new
Runeterra.
Demacian character
At
in the
launch,
middle
you
there.
have access to cards from 6 major regions: Demacia, Noxus, Freljord, Piltover and Zon, Ionia, and the Shadow Isles. Each region has a distinct playstyle and strategic advantage. But things get even more interesting when you combine cards from 2 different regions.
Okay, this
There's a
looks
deck for
interesting.
every personality and playstyle.
But I want to know the
But
monetization
it's up to you
scheme.
to find the
Because if
right
your guys
cards
are
for
selling
your
card
winning
packs, I
strategy,
can't play it.
Or
First of all, because
a
I can't
different
afford
kind
it.
of strategy.
And secondly, because
We
why would I
believe
want to?
the best card games are the ones where you make meaningful choices and constantly interact with your opponent, while the worst ones feel like complicated solitaire. So, we're designing Legends in Runeterra to really focus on that back and forth between you and the player on the other side of the screen. Each of you trying to anticipate the other's move, and then beat
Senna
them to
looks
the mark.
really
You
skinny in
probably
that
start with a
splash.
strategy in mind, and a win condition
Am I gonna have
on
to
the
talk
horizon.
about that? I
But
hope
as
not.
you alternate actions with your opponent, you'll need to think quick and make on-the-fly decisions. It's all about finding opportunities to predict what your opponent will do next, adapt your strategy, and achieve that ultimate outplay, the moment when you pull off your plan and make the move that wins you the game. In our experience, these moments are the best part of a good card game. So we want to increase how often they happen and ensure that there are multiple paths to get there.
Okay, this looks
Now, we could spend
distinct and
hours
different from
talking about
Hearthstone.
all the ways you can win.
And it looks
But they told us
different
to keep
from
this
stuff
video
like
short.
Magic.
So
in
here's a
terms
few.
of mechanics, so there might be a reason to play it. Like,
In Legends of Runeterra, it's skill above all. No game is over until it's over, and there will always be new cards and strategies to discover.
But there's probably still a big question on your mind. How do I actually get all these cards? We thought for a long time about what we, as players, would want the answer to be. With most card games, it takes a lot of time, money, or luck to get what you want. And if the only way you can get cards is at random,
okay,
that
no
sucks.
card packs.
We think one of the most fun aspects of a card game is experimenting with the different kinds of decks to find your style.
And that's really hard to do when unlocking new stuff is too random or too expensive. So one of our top priorities is to give you more choice in how you get your cards. To start,
just let us
Legends of
buy them
Runeterra
directly
is free to play.
if we absolutely
As you
fucking
play,
must.
you'll complete quests and earn experience to advance and automatically unlock new cards. But which region you unlock first is totally up to you.
You decide where your cards come from and can switch regions whenever you want.
Neat.
Which makes assembling your dream deck a whole lot
But how are you going to take
We
our
get
money?
How fun cracking
Riot.
packs can be. It's paying for the card lottery that really sucks. So at the start of each week, you'll also unlock chests from the vault. These chests level up the more you play. They can also contain wild cards, which can be turned into any card you want. No guessing
Okay,
required.
so there's the
But we know
currency.
sometimes you just want a guaranteed way to get specific cards too. So instead of waiting for the right drop, you can unlock cards for your collection using shards you've earned or coins you've bought.
Right, okay, so you can
Bottom
buy
line,
cards
in
directly
Legends of
then.
Runeterra, you will never pay for randomized packs. And you have a bunch of different ways to get the cards you actually want. No matter what, you'll end up with multiple
Like
decks for both
that's at least
casual
better than
duels
Hearthstone
and, the
and
competitive meta.
Magic.
We're
You
really
can buy.
excited to
Well, I
focus
don't know
less
about
on
Magic
selling
actually.
packs
Can't you directly
and more on the
buy
things
cards
that
in
make a
Magic?
card game great. Deep,
But it's nice that you can buy
interactive
cards directly.
strategy,
That's
frequent
okay.
releases and
Like
balance
that's
updates, and
okay. Fair
endless
enough.
experimentation.
We hope that by focusing on these things above all else, Legends of Runeterra can grow to become more than just a game. Like League back in 2009, we believe the journey is just beginning, and with your help, we can create something incredible together. What you've seen today is a foundation.
But yeah, I
which
mean,
we intend to build
it's definitely
on
a thing
for
where they
years to
give you a
come.
ton of free
The
stuff
full
up
PC
front,
beta is coming
and
in
then
early
you have to
2020,
pay to be
and you can
competitive. It's still going to be a
pre-register
pay to
for
win.
both PC and mobile right now at playruneterra.com.
We bought that URL, right, guys? .com?
And I know we said we only had 3 things to share today, but we might actually have one more. Are we ready?
Guess we'll find out.
For the next 5 days, we're rolling out a special preview patch of Legends of Runeterra on PC. Head to playruneterra.com.
Oh, shit, it's
and
out
pre-register
now.
for a chance to get access right now.
Okay, a
you
chance
can
to
also
get
check out
access.
live streams on
It's a
Twitch to
beta.
see more gameplay and link your Riot account to increase your chance at getting access.
A lot of things are work in progress, and we're still developing the final features, but we're super excited for you all to get a first look. And if you don't get a chance to play this time around, don't worry. We'll be back with another preview patch before the end of the year.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. And until then, we hope you enjoy your first peek at Legends of Runeterra.
Okay, so no loot boxes. That's an advantage over pretty much every single other fucking card game out there.
We love it when we have the opportunity to connect with all of you directly. And so much has happened since we all started on this journey over 10 years ago.
God, that's
that
so
we really
awkward.
just wanted to take a moment to say thank you.
Look at Brandon
always
just kind of
aspired to
shuffling
be worthy
along
of the passion,
next to him like,
the love,
oh
and the
yeah, that's
dedication
really
that you all
interesting,
have
Mark.
for
I'm
League,
really glad you're
and we are
talking right
committed
now, and I don't
to
have
bringing
anything
that
to
same
do.
level of care
Let's just walk
and
through the
attention
halls of
to
Riot real
everything that we do
quietly
in
and
the
just I'm just
And I
gonna
really
nod
want
and
to
stuff.
emphasize the thank you for sticking with us through the
Fuck
ups
that.
and downs.
Oh, that
of
was
this journey,
badly played.
through painful server outages and game-breaking bugs. Our failure
this
to
might only be
listen
funny
and
to
get
me.
certain things right. Tons of misfires and missteps, not to mention about 72 different Rise reworks. Because through it all, we've built together over the last 10 years this game, this community, this sport, and this world of Runeterra. And on that last note, we're
Okay.
committed to finding ways to bring the stories from Runeterra to life. And before we wrap, we'd like to share a glimpse into one last thing that we've been working on.
Okay, what's the one last thing? That's a worlds thing, okay. Oh, it's the music video, finally? Or what? What are you doing? Oh, it's the animated series. They're showing us the animated series now. Here it comes. Just give me some fucking animation I can talk about for a video. Give me content, Riot. Okay, it's 3D animated. Okay. So they're working with Fortiche. Ooh, yeah, they are. That's Fortiche. That's Fortiche for sure. Nice. So we've got Piltover, Son.
I'd like to let you in on a very important secret. Power comes to those who will do anything to achieve it.
This is Jinx and Vi.
It's time to let the monster out.
Is it? Yep, it's Jinx and Vi. All right. I'm up for that. I'm motherfucking up for that. We're gonna look at that. I'm gonna do a video about that trailer. We're gonna have a fucking look at that. They're working with Studio Fortiche. Studio Fortiche did the Jinx trailer, the teaser trailer, the Get Jinxed thing. They did a whole bunch of the animation for a lot of the music videos. They did the one for Rise, and they're a really fucking good studio. Like, they're fucking excellent. I am hyped for this. Oh, I'm hyped for this. Now expect 5-hour animation breakdown videos for every single episode. I'm gonna torment you assholes with this. So, it looks like it's Jinx and Vi's origin story. That's what it looks like to me. Oh, man. Oh, fucking hell. I'm not gonna have time to make videos about all this. How am I gonna make videos about all this? Oh, Lord. Okay. Necrit is gonna be so mad. Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna be mad. It's fine. Oh my god, shit. Fucking hell. Right, so let's just recap what happened here. So Summoner's Rift is getting a map update where they're adding new terrain, they're adding new effects on the dragons, they are doing the like the new alcoves, more brushes, all kinds of shit is happening there. I'm excited for that because that's going to make the esport more fun to watch. Then what the fuck else did they announce? Like, oh my god, 1,200 people. What the fuck? Why are there 1,200 people here? What are you doing? You have better things to do with your life. Okay, so Summoner's Rift, that's gonna get a thing. Then we get the mobile game where they've just announced that they're basically doing a bunch of visual updates for champions that are gonna be in the mobile game, but aren't gonna be, but those visual updates aren't gonna translate to the PC game. So that's, I guess that's a post-show, I think, where they're gonna do some interviews with various people. Give me those 10-hour videos, Dad. Oh, you kids, you will be sorry you told me to do that. I will make you very sorry indeed. Fighting game. Oh boy, the fighting game I'm interested in. I mean, I don't watch many fighting games other than Smash, really. But I'm curious about it because from what I could see from the footage, they were making a very standard fighting game. Like, they weren't trying to do something super fancy and weird. It's like 1 versus 1, side-scrolly, and you... Like, I could see cross-ups, I could see mix-ups, like, I could see normal fighting game mechanics in there. So there's that. Fighting game, card game. Card game with no loot boxes, which is... Yeah, I mean, that's the easy way to score points against Hearthstone, really, is that it's not pay to win as much as Hearthstone is. So there's definitely that. We're, like, once... I don't know what this is counting down for. I think it's going to be some post-segment or something. We've got the Senna trailer, but once this stream is, like, over, I'm going to go back over it. And we're going to talk about all of the stuff that was announced. We're going to try and do some analysis on the million things we saw. And just sort of try and have a look at all these fucking orgasms that they just gave us. Okay. Fighting game, card game, anime... Well, 3D animated show with Fortiche Studio. It looks like Fortiche, anyway. It could be a studio that's mimicking that particular style, but I think it's Fortiche Studio. I'd be interested to know. And then that action RPG, they never showed us any more about that. They just kind of teased a little bit of footage from it. That tells me that that's extremely early in development. Like, that's barely there yet. It's like, it's barely in alpha at this point, presumably. So they're not going to show us that for a while. That dungeon crawler thing. And yeah. Then the fucking anime, though. Like, Jesus Christ. Jinx Vi and partially a Warwick origin. I'm not sure that was Warwick. I'm not sure that was him. Unless they're gonna do another retcon of his origin. I'm not sure that was him. But yeah. Oh boy, that's a lot. And there's a lot of people here. I'm still trying to process how many fucking people are here. Why is there almost 1,300 people here? Okay, I'm gonna stop. It's a little tedious to be constantly kind of disbelieving it. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thanks for showing up. I'm gonna try and make this entertaining for all of you. As much as I can. They didn't show us anything about the Volibear or Fiddlesticks updates, which is weird, actually. It's a little weird that they didn't show us any of that at all. That might be something they're doing in this post segment. We don't know what they're counting down to right now. But yeah. Yeah, it's probably, Lucas Consoli, it's probably a Mundo origin rather than a Warwick origin. Like, at least when I think about the storylines that are going on in Son and Piltover. Oh, the FPS, right. That looked boring. I'm not interested.
In this strategy card game, it's creativity and cleverness that determine your success.
Right. Trailer.
Victory comes down to one simple question. What's your move? This is Legends of Runeterra.
Let's have a look at that then.
And these are the
Oh, there's so much. This live stream is going to be 8 hours long, I swear to God.
Are some of the most powerful cards in the game.
I'll lead us to victory.
And each champ has a unique mechanic to become even stronger. But to reach their full potential, you'll have to play smart and look for the right opportunity to level them up.
Right.
But if you can pull it off, the transformation is game-changing. Gain new abilities to crush your enemies. Turn the tide of battle with a swift combo.
Okay.
No match.
Even break the rules.
Oh, there's some really good animations. Oh, there's some really nice ability animations there.
Every champion comes from a region of Runeterra, where allies of all kinds can join in the fight. If you need soldiers to reinforce your army, Demacia stands ready. When your plan calls for striking hard and fast, the warriors of Noxus
There's so much good card art. Oh, I'm gonna have to take a look at it. I hope they release the fucking card art. Okay, if they don't release a full pack of art from the cards, I'm gonna try and contact them about it and like see if they'll give it to me so I can do videos about it.
Seek out Ionia to bring agility and flexibility.
Who's that lady? Why does she have a cat on her?
Add Piltover and Zorn to assemble a plan piece by
See, because I can't help but think.
Or summon the Shadow Isles to unleash ruin upon
I can't help but think that they're gonna trial concepts for champions for the main game in the card game. Like, I think they're gonna invent characters for the card game, and then they're gonna go, okay, how are players responding to this one? And that might be some of the feedback that they're doing for new champions in the main game.
Legends of Runeterra is all about the choices you make and the risks you take. Here's how it goes down. Each round, players are either on offense or defense, indicated by sword or shield.
Okay.
While only one player gets to attack each round, both get to play cards, which means every move matters.
That's a lot more active than Hearthstone, yeah.
Runeterra, you alternate actions with
This
your
game is
opponent.
just built to fuck Hearthstone. Like, that's what it is.
Like a champion. Of course, the reverse could always happen too, so think carefully about every card you play. By the time it's your turn to act again,
What if some cards are scrap champions? Yeah, that could be a thing, actually.
Many legs, not enough mustache.
Even when to attack is a critical decision. Do you play a unit first to increase your ranks and risk your opponent adding a powerful defender? Or attack with what you have now, forcing the fight, but reducing the impact? And sometimes, it all comes down to the spells. Cast a spell outside of combat or as a reaction to the changing battle.
Right, so we have attack and defense values, same as Hearthstone. We have battle cries, same as Hearthstone.
In response,
But then we have spell cards that are separate from your actual minion deck. So I wonder if that's drawn from the same pool, or if you just have the spells on a cooldown.
As the magic maneuvers start to pile up, Oracle's Eye can help forecast the outcome before you fully commit. Once the chain of action-reaction is complete, the sequence goes off.
I've been hiding my light too long!
So the thing that's impressing me about this is the animation. Like, there's so much good ability animation in here. That's something that Hearthstone, originally, one of the things that made Hearthstone cool was that they had pretty good animation on the cards. And like that was one of the enjoyable things about the game for me. This blows Hearthstone out of the fucking water.
Spells and champions. More than enough for multiple decks. You'll also come across wild cards, which can be turned into any card you want. No guessing required. Alternatively, use the shards you've earned and the coins you've bought to acquire cards from the store. How you get cards is your choice.
It's still
Once a week,
it's still monetized like a card game, but it's less shitty than Hearthstone.
And craft your strategy. As your collection grows, so do the possibilities.
But there's definitely going to be an element of pay to win in there. Like, because that's how card games work. There's always an element of pay to win. It just looks less egregious than Hearthstone.
Or truly test your skill by taking your strategy into ranked and see where you stand among the best players in Runeterra. Where you go from here is up to you.
Yeah, that's a good point being raised in chat, actually. The voice lines. They've clearly re-recorded a whole fuck ton of voice lines for a whole fuck ton of champions for this game. And if they're bringing in the voice actors to do new voice lines for the cards on a regular basis, that might mean they're, like, since they're there anyway,
welcome back.
They might as well do some voice lines for the main game. I hope so.
To bring you through Legends of
Hey,
Runeterra.
pastry time.
Well, I'll be trying to get ahead of some questions you might have about the League of Legends.
But yeah, Hearthstone is like, if this is even a little bit good, Hearthstone is fucked.
So to get a chance at access, here's what you have to do. Link your Riot account to your YouTube or Twitch account, watch the stream, and wait for the drop. You can sign up right now at playruneterra.com. Now, Design Director of Legends of Runeterra, Andrew Yip, will be joining us a bit later on, so please tweet out your questions to @playruneterra, as we'll have a Q&A. For me, though, the easiest way to get you acquainted...
Settle in, kids. It's going to be a long live stream.
To start things out, I'll be piloting the Demacia.
Oh, thank God, I've got
deck.
energy
This is
drink.
actually one of the decks you get as you move through the initial stages of playing the game. So, okay, we get 4 cards. We're going to mulligan. As you can see, you have how much the card costs.
Oh my God, the animated series trailer is up on YouTube.
A lot of this stuff
Oh, I want to go watch it again, but not now.
But the things
not
that
now.
aren't familiar,
I want to
we'll
know
get
about the
into
card
as we
game.
go along. So I decided I want to replace these 2 cards. We'll draw 2 more here. Our friendly robot opponent has decided to wave, so I guess we'll wave back. All right, so we've drawn a unit here. We'll play Sithria of Cloudfield. You know, cost 1, pretty cheap. Is a 2/2. But this is a little different. So we're going to play a card. We also have the attack token, as you can see on your right. There's a little glowing sword. And also the sword in front of you means we're the attacker this round. However, our opponent's the defender, so they can just play a blocker. I decided that, you know what, it's fine to just have some combat here. So we'll go ahead and trade, and I'll pass the turn.
Okay.
As noted, each round you'll tick up and get a little bit more mana. So now my opponent, it's their turn to attack. And unfortunately for me, I don't have too much I can do here, so I'm going to have to take this straight to the face. Any damage that goes unblocked goes through to the Nexus, and you start with 20
Right, so
health
that's the
on
health
that
bar. I
Nexus.
wonder if you
Much
can
like
heal
in League
your
of
Nexus.
Legends, when it explodes, you lose the game, so make sure that doesn't happen.
It's not G
you might
Fuel,
have
it's
also
Monster.
noticed, though, that there's a
We don't
little
get
mana
G
bar
Fuel in Denmark.
under my regular mana bar. We'll talk about that in a second, because right now we have to talk about the champions. So, this is Braum. He's a champion of the Freljord. Again, every action in Legends of Runeterra is an exchange. So when I do something, my opponent can do something. But champions tend to have a lot of abilities, so we'll kind of read through what they do.
Oh
So
my
the
God.
challenger can choose which enemy blocks. There's a little hook symbol.
I'm just
As
getting
you might
overwhelmed
imagine,
thinking
kind of
about how many
look at
fucking
it, you'll
videos
see
I'm
that
gonna
in a
make
moment.
have to
Braum
make
also
about
has
this
an
shit.
ability called Regeneration, which means
Oh, Devin,
at the end
thank
of the
you.
turn,
Don't worry, I'm
gets
taking
health
care of
back.
myself.
Normally,
Don't worry about
damage
it.
sustained
It's
on
okay.
units is
If you've been following my vlog channel, you know I'm
So as you see, I
exercising
have a
more
spell
recently,
now.
which
As
is
you've
good.
noticed, I've got a little pool of mana in the bottom there called Spell Mana. Now, every turn, mana that you don't spend up to 3 rolls into your bank called Spell Mana. So I attack with Braum, challenge the 3/1 unit in front of it, play the Radiant Strike to give it +1/+1 in combat, and get a kill. Braum also, as you may have noticed, has a level up condition. This is true of all the champions in Legend of Runeterra. They start
So
at
he
level
survives
1 and
10
they go
damage and
to
then
the
he
next
levels
level
up.
Where they get even stronger.
Okay,
Now,
so
all the
Braum
conditions
has
are
to get
different,
hit in
and
the
they're very
face in
thematic
order
the
to level up.
champion. Braum's happens to be when he survives 10 damage, he levels up. So he gets his health back every turn. He doesn't have attack unless you buff him.
Ja, it sounds... Ja, I'm Danish. Jeg er skam dansk, selvom det måske ikke lyder sådan, når jeg snakker engelsk.
Now my opponent's attacking is decided
Yes,
to
there's a
bring
vlog
everything
channel.
in. So we're
Let
gonna
me
have to do
try and
some
link
blocks
it.
here. We'll block the 2-1 with the 2-3. That seems pretty reasonable. Of course, my opponent has a spell. Again, you can play spells anytime with one exception. You'll probably see that in a few moments. But Braum's gonna block. He's gonna continue moving towards that level up. And I'm going to keep him buffed. You'll maybe also
what the
notice
fuck's the
that
link to my vlog
spell
channel?
I used earlier, Radiant
There.
Strike, gave +1/+1, only lasts for the combat because it says ends this round. Any buffs in Legends of Runeterra that don't explicitly say when they end, don't end. They're actually just permanent. So the Blade Keeper that buffed my Braum earlier is actually giving him attack, which he normally doesn't have. So now I'm challenging units. I'm able to knock down my opponent's
Did
units.
Braum just get
That's why I
sideburns?
leveled up.
Did he get a beard? What the fuck? No, show me that card art.
We'll have a look at it now. When I survive damage...
Oh, no, it's just
summon
his
a
ears.
Mighty Poro.
Okay,
'Cause of course,
thank God.
Braum needs to bring his friends along to the party. Mighty Poro is a 3/3 Poro. It has an ability called Overwhelm, which means it deals excess damage whenever it gets blocked. So kind of the additional damage deals over to the Nexus. And then I'll play this marksman here just to deal 1 to the full 1 on my opponent's side of the board. So all things considered, my opponent is clearly not too happy with what's going on. And
Okay, I'm interested in this. I don't understand the game as it goes just yet, but...
gets a lot of value by surviving through damage and then being grown bigger and bigger. So I'll play Braum's signature spell, actually Take Heart. I'm sure we'll talk about that at some point in the future, but there's already
Pastry time, you're going way too fast, my friend.
Braum is really set to take over this game. My opponent has a 6/5. Braum is much, much bigger than that. So Braum's
This is not a great way to explain the
I don't
game.
have that much health left on my Nexus, but I think if we can take over the board, I think we can outfox the AI opponent. So again, you may have noticed now we're going to have that exchange continuing. My opponent played a unit. I'm going to play.
But yeah, this looks a lot faster than Hearthstone. And it looks a lot more dynamic in terms of, like, you have to decide whether you play something as an attacker or a blocker.
And when you attack in particular is a really important decision you have to make. Because attacking...
And I can see, like, there's whole strategy is basically built around, for example, with Braum, just pumping him up with more health so he can survive more damage. So if you have Braum in your deck, you're going to want a lot of healing, a lot of extra health and stuff. That's interesting.
Something else. Now, I don't want to take too much damage here, so I'm happy to just trade off.
Yeah, they'll probably have given access to big card game streamers in order to in order to get it out, the word out there. They'll especially have targeted Hearthstone streamers. Like Blizzard fucked up so bad with the Blitzchung thing, because now everyone's gonna be jumping on Legends of Runeterra. Like everyone is gonna be jumping on it. All the big Hearthstone streamers are gonna be looking for a way out of Hearthstone.
It is. Legends of Runeterra does have a lot of complexity, but there should be enough familiarity that if you've played card games before, even
Lord.
if you're brand new, and especially
Anyway,
if you're a League of Legends player,
play
I think there's a lot here that you should
Legends
be able to
of
unpack and really discover. I think Braum, as an example,
what the fuck is
fact that
the
he
site?
makes Poro friends just kind of makes sense thematically, and the champions are by far and away some of the most powerful cards in the game, and rightly so. And if you have a favorite champion,
Play Runeterra, there it is. Is the site still down? No, I'm gonna register for it because just fucking why not? Let's go. So this also explains why they've been updating the login for the main launcher, because presumably they're going to want to
my little AI opponent has left.
they're gonna want to be able to log into TFT and play Legends of Runeterra and League of Legends all in the same thing.
Noticed some units have abilities. When you play them, you just pick your target and it goes off from there. Again,
Riot is worse than Blizzard. No, Riot and Blizzard are about equally bad. They're about equally bad. And like the only reason why this scandal didn't happen with Riot is because, well, Blizzard fucked up first. Like,
to how the rest of that works.
I have to imagine at some point Riot are going to have to deal with the Hong Kong thing as well.
Game here, so Brom's going to go ahead and deliver, the last kill to this creature, and then the rest.
Well, I'm trying to register at Play Runeterra, but it's not really working. Oh well.
Legends of Runeterra to kind of introduce it for you all. I hope you guys got a grasp on the champions, the fact that you can play spells, the fact that you have spell mana, and then there's an action exchange. That's kind of the few things that we're going to look at there. But design director Andrew Yip has taken precious time out of a very busy day.
The one who gets it first gives it to Skyen for art. No, I don't think you can do that. I think you'd get your account suspended for that.
Being part of this day.
Very excited to talk about this. So we are going to shift gears for Game 2, actually. So we are going to try out another deck, but one that Andrew is personally fond of. If you wouldn't mind describing.
So I wonder if they're just going to talk about the card game the whole stream, because that's the one that's actually close to coming out.
Big Zed's
buffet.
Big Zed's party, yeah. So Zed in Legends of Runeterra, for our kind of first take on him, really focuses on Zed and the Shadow Ninjas that he creates. So basically, the strategy for the deck is Zed, whenever he attacks, clones himself, and those clones actually preserve buffs. So the strategy is really simple. Get Zed in play,
I'm just going to turn the volume of the stream down a bit, and then we'll just talk. Because they're just doing fluff interviewing right now. What I'm interested in is specifically, because they're clearly going for the Hearthstone market. Like, they're going hard for the Hearthstone market. And Blizzard handed them a fucking gift by fucking up so publicly and so substantially so recently. But I also think they're trying to provide an alternative to, they're trying to do a more action-packed version of a card game. Because, that's what I'm getting from the visuals. That's what I'm getting from the aesthetic of the card game, the way it looks. Is that they're really trying to pump up the action. They're trying to make it happen faster to make it look cooler. Oh, they also announced an esports manager. Yeah, but that's only in China for now, I think they said. I can't actually remember. They said so much fucking shit. But it looks like they're going for something that's visually more action-packed and something that's sort of visually more interesting to look at than Hearthstone is. And that also tells me that they have an eye on trying to grab Hearthstone's esports market, because of course they fucking will. They already have this huge esports infrastructure, so I think they're targeting this for a competitive scene as well, since they have the ranked thing and everything. Anyone else can't log into League of Legends? Yeah, fucking all the login servers are going to be fucked right now. But yeah, presume they haven't announced the mobile version of this yet, but there's gonna be a mobile version of this. There's gonna be at some point they're gonna come for that part of the market, but right now it's only in beta, so it's only on PC for a while. But yeah, everything is down right now because 50 million people are trying to log into League of Legends right now. Okay. So. Yeah, I really do want to look more because look at the way the animation is framed. It's look, this happens very quickly. There's not a lot of time to sit around and look at the cards that are played. Everything is very snappy. Everything happens very quickly. And that's one of the things that Hearthstone always had a problem in terms of being a spectator sport, is that it could take fucking 5 minutes to resolve a single turn. Because, there's this thing triggers and that thing triggers and blah, blah, blah. There's all this fucking waiting time and lag between each card going off. They seem to have focused on making everything move very fast, aesthetically. But yeah, okay. Senna. Let's talk about Senna. Since we might as well go back over some of this stuff. So Senna, we knew about Senna for a while now. I just want to say I was one of the first people who called it. When I saw that leaked splash art, I was one of the first people who fucking called it. And I did say in my video where I called it that, oh, this is a stupid crack theory. It's never going to happen. I'm being crazy right now. But I called it. I still called it. I predicted it. I get the credit for something. I don't know. So Senna, there's a couple of interesting things being teased in terms of her particular reveal. First of all, it seems like Lucian has lost one of his guns. So I really can't help but wonder if they're actually going to give Lucian a proper update in conjunction with the Senna update, because according to that cinematic, he blew up one of his pistols in order to get Senna out of the lantern. And he only had one in this. Like that's something I noticed in the Lucian and Senna splash art in this mobile game. Is Lucian only had one gun. So I have to wonder if that's going to be reflected in the main League of Legends game as well, or if they're going to keep him with 2 guns and not do a full rework. Do we give it to him, chat? What are you talking about, Jakalakala? But yeah, I know people are streaming it right now because they've got the influencers out streaming the card game. But yeah, like I figure probably because they don't want to change Lucian's mechanics. Like they're never gonna change Lucian's mechanics. Never, fucking never gonna do that. So either they're gonna update his model and his animations to make it work with just one gun, or else they're gonna just ignore it. Like just gonna okay, Summoner's Rift isn't canon anyway, and they're just gonna ignore it. Yeah, it could also be the past. You're absolutely right about that, people in chat. It could just be that it's from the past. But we did see Lucian blow up one of his guns in order to free Senna. Like, that did happen. But yeah. Oh, you can actually download Legends of Runeterra? Because if I can do that, then I'm fucking gonna do that immediately. No? Okay, I'll figure that out later. I'll figure that out after the stream. But yeah, I think they're probably gonna ignore it for now anyway. But I'm interested in Senna because like she's a support marksman. So she's basically like she's gonna be a support that can do a ton of damage. I figure it's like it's gonna be a pike thing.
I feel like I can see a plan brewing. I think it's time for a little fastball spell.
And the only ability we saw her really pull off was what I think was her ultimate. Like, I think the thing we saw in the cinematic was her ultimate, where she heals someone and gives them a shield that can reflect damage back at attackers temporarily. Like, I think that's the thing they're gonna go for with her, and I think that was her ultimate that they showed us. No idea about the rest of her abilities. But yeah. Oh, good night, Carlos. Thank you for tuning in. We're just gonna try and sum things up and kind of go back over the stuff that was teased on the stream. See, I kind of want to go back and look at some of the other stuff that was teased during the Riot Please, but I'm worried that the moment I do, they're gonna have an interview about the animated series, and I'm not gonna want to miss that. You have it downloaded. Nice, good for you. I'll figure that out later on. Oh, you go hard till you're in it, pop stars. Win it now. I'm just happy we finally have a black woman in League of Legends, and she's no longer another fridged background wife character. Yeah, I'm happy about that too. Like, Senna was always one of the most annoying female characters in the lore, in that she was just kind of hanging out and pointless. Like she only exists as a thing for Lucian to be angry about, basically. But yeah, that's the thing that teased. Like, Senna with the glowing green eyes indicates to me that there is some, like, as you might imagine, there's some damage from being trapped in Thresh's lantern and being tortured for it for, like, years. And there's definitely gonna be something to her storyline where she's dealing with trauma, or she secretly has, like, a corrupted, evil Shadow Isle side that she's fighting. Something along those lines. That would be my particular idea. Oh god, let me look at my notifications. How much have they dumped on? Oh god, the animated series, the FPS announcement, oh god, help. Oh god, Nikrit and me are gonna lose so much sleep. Sing some anime songs. We are fighting dreamers. Takashi wa mesashite fighting dreamers. Naarifumi hanata no fighting dreamers. The money, oli, I'll just go my way. There we go. That's all the anime I'm gonna give you. I used to be able to sing that song fully in Japanese. Well, bad, terrible Japanese with an awful accent, but yeah. But yeah, there's definitely some darkness on her. Like, okay, let's just scroll back and see if we can find. Okay, that's the card game shit. Not interested. That's the FPS. It's impossible to scroll through this. Here, let's have a look at the animated series thing. The animated series teaser. Because that is Studio Fortiche. They did the Jinx trailer. And Studio Fortiche also did the Rise thing. So I feel like they're... And I think, did Fortiche also do KDA? I can't remember. But Studio Fortiche definitely are... That's, as far as I can tell, they're the ones who are doing this animated series. And that's fucking exciting because Studio Fortiche are fucking amazing. Can I sing the Star Guardian song? No, I can't. Okay. Fuck it. Since we're doing this... Can I frame by frame my way through this? Yes, okay. So that's Vi, without her tattoo yet. And Jinx in the background, that defeated little girl. You can actually tell it's Jinx because she's got the ponytail. Or the braid. And I have to imagine that guy's the villain. And that would be the Piltover police force. And that would be some Sawnights. And I think the Sawnights have a lot of augmentations and stuff. Hello, Jinx. There you are. What's gonna drive her crazy, though? Oh, the character designs are good. Look at that guy's eyebrows. Those are fucking amazing. And the kid over there. There's some really good character design on display in this trailer. Here we have another bad guy. Augmentation in the eye. Let's see what else. I'm gonna do a full animation breakdown of this thing later. I just wanted to take a look at it again. Oh, I love the... Oh, look at the... Oh my god, look at the animation on that little flash there. They're doing the Fortiche thing where they're combining 2D and 3D animation, and it looks so good.
It's time to let the monster out.
And see, now here we... Like, this is not Warwick. I think this is Mundo. This is Dr. Mundo because of the purple. I think it's Dr. Mundo that they're making here. If anything. Anyway, are they still doing card game? Okay, fine. Then...
We start.
Let's have another look at the...
Let's bring League tell their players needed to rebuild from scratch.
Yeah. Shut up. There we go. Because, yeah, those are new character models entirely, and that's a whole set of new animations for all of them. And Ashe looks like her character design is still ass, but it looks a lot better than... Her model looks better than the main game. And look at this sick-ass Transformer nonsense with with Malphite, rather. Oh, I'm gonna have a lot... I'm gonna look at all of those animations once the thing is actually out. Someone's gonna have to do a YouTube compilation of those animations for me to take a look at, because I'm excited about that. And the little Mafia Poros. Fucking adorable.
We've got so much more...
Let's see, but I wanted to look at the mobile in-game. Yeah, because that's one of the clever things Riot did with Summoner's Rift back in the day. When they did the update for Summoner's Rift, they were very, very careful about the way that they constructed the tech on SR. And as far as I can tell, they're using all of the same textures as in basic Summoner's Rift. But the models are all lower fidelity and have a generally more stylized set of textures to them.
Many of you have been telling us that the
and there's fewer physics effects on the field. Interesting.
Which can change from one to the next. Long time.
Yeah, shut up. Let me just have a look at that combat animation.
Of the PC game, taking SR and just shoving it onto new platforms wasn't going to work. To get the gameplay just right, we needed to rebuild from scratch. We spent a long time making sure this will be...
There we go. Okay. Because they've changed the aesthetic of pretty much all of the animations. Like, a lot of the actual fight animations have had a change to their visuals to make them more readable on a mobile screen.
Make those same badass 200 IQ outplays and team...
No map on mobile. I imagine there is a map, but you have to pull it down, like, actively. But yeah, that's a whole new Malphite model. They gave Malphite a completely new model, which he's not going to get in the main game. That's the funniest fucking thing to me, is that they have done full champion visual updates for this game that are never going to show up in the fucking PC version. Oh my god, I don't know if players are going to be that salty about it, but I hope they get salty about it.
We'll be straight.
But the cool thing, and this
Okay.
so often, I think.
But yeah, the stream isn't over. We're gonna stick with the card game thing for a while now.
Oh, it's crucial.
Like 3 or 4 turns.
Let's see, Derek Johnson. I don't think that was Mundo. I kind of want to say that was Jinx going crazy because Jinx's eyes are pink, just like the color they turn in that trailer. It could be. I mean, I think it's Mundo specifically, but it could be Jinx. It could be the story of how Jinx goes crazy.
We also didn't get to see it last time because of some perhaps questionable plays on my part. But
yeah, I mean, I want to talk about the card game because that card art is sick as hell. I'm gonna have to try and see if I can get a hold of some of the people in Riot's art department and make them give me the goddamn artwork for those cards so I can look at it.
He or a shadow connects with the opponent's nexus. His shadow.
But yeah, for the moment they're only talking about Legends of Runeterra, and I think that's because that's the one that's coming out soon. But I wonder if they're gonna have a segment later on after this where they do some stuff about the animated series or something like that. So we're gonna stick around until that happens. And good lord, there's still 1,100 of you around. I'm very grateful that you're here. I hope I'm entertaining you. I hope I'm saying stuff that's actually interesting to you.
Kato took some damage. Quick attack Zed.
Jax got reworked. PC won't get that. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like Jax's model in the mobile game looks fucking amazing. It looks absolutely excellent. They should just port that over to the PC version. It would look better.
He's kind of going on an elusive plan. We don't actually have a lot of elusive in our hand right now. No. I think that's okay, provided he stops playing them.
Let's see.
Yeah, what is happening?
But yeah. Because like I think with the mobile game, like looking at these things, I think they've intentionally tried to copy Hearthstone as much as possible without actually copying it.
Yeah, double deny back. Double deny.
Like I can see a lot of the aesthetic of what's going on there. That's really sitting close to what Hearthstone does, and I think that's to draw in players from Hearthstone by basically basically saying, hey, it's not going to be that different. You can transition easily. One of my thoughts on the RPG-looking thingy, it looked cool. Like, it looked really fucking cool, but they didn't show any of it. Like, they just showed us a little bit of what looked like alpha gameplay footage. Like, the models looked a little janky. The animation looked a little janky. So I think that one's very, very, very early in development. They haven't even given us a title on it yet. Maybe they'll do, like, a Riot Please post or something to show it off.
Which is really cool.
But yeah, I kind of hope so, because I really do want to know what the deal is with that, because it looks like an ARPG. Like you're right, it looks like a Diablo-esque thing. And I kind of wonder about like whether it's because it also looked like a co-op game. Like it looked like it was gonna be an ARPG style, kind of in the same style as like Diablo on console, Diablo 3 on console, but specifically a co-op focused game is what it looked like to me. But it looked like it, and it didn't look like I didn't see any loot drops at any point. But again, it's so early in development, who the fuck knows? But I didn't see any loot drops. I didn't see any picking up items or anything like that. So it doesn't look like it's going to be a looter thing. At least as far as I could tell. But there was... The thing I did see in the ARPG segment was a completely new Blitzcrank model. Like a completely new... Not just a new model for him, but a new design. Like they had actually done a full redesign of the champion. That looks very, very different from the one that we have in Summoner's Rift right now. And again, the thing I have to wonder about all of this shit is like... Riot are going to have trouble convincing people that there should be a better version of Blitzcrank in like a side game than in the main League of Legends title. Like that's gonna be a tough one for them to justify.
So we have a decision.
So I wonder if not.
We can kind of save him 3 different ways, right?
Like if we're lucky, in the future we're gonna see Riot kind of speed up production on full reworks. Of like older champions especially, so that they don't have that disparity between the main games and the side games. And that's always, for me, it's always felt like one of the reasons why Riot has been reluctant to do more League of Legends games is that like they would have that production burden of trying to keep the main League of Legends game up to the same visual standards as the side games. While talking about the card game / FPS, Riot sounded extremely confident about innovating the proper aspects. Do you think they'll be able to stick the landing? I don't know much. I don't know much about the FPS genre, really. Like, I played Overwatch for a bit, but it never really grabbed me. Looking at the aesthetics of the FPS so far, as I said during the previous part of the stream, that looked like something that's targeting mobile. Like, that looks like something that was made to be able to be played on mobile phones. And because of that, I don't think it's actually going to look that good on PC. Like, I don't think it's actually going to be that aesthetically appealing on PC, which is something that's going to get it fucked compared to Overwatch, because Overwatch looks great. Like, Overwatch has this fantastic aesthetic. The things they showed off of the FPS, Project A, like, I have to imagine it's really early in development, but it also looked really fucking bland. Like, it just did not look interesting at all. There was a few cool combat animations, but they're just, like, the game itself didn't look like it was any different from Overwatch, or Paladins, or any of the other fucking character shooters.
So I think the real question.
Oh, Rory Alderton is the animation lead on Wild Rift. Okay. Oh, that explains. He's a really fucking good animator. Like, you should, if you don't follow Rory Alderton on Twitter, you should, because he posts his animations sometimes, and they're fucking amazing.
The other one.
Oh, Shifu, this is gonna be a hit. Like, Artifact bombed because Valve could not convince anyone who played Dota to play Artifact. But Riot are not going to have any trouble convincing people who play League to play this card game, because they already proved that they could do that with TFT.
That play was so long ago. Who can say how history might have changed?
Like, they're going to be fine. Let's see, Connor Creerar. I wouldn't trust Riot not to pull an Activision and add loot boxes into these side games after it gains a massive following and people get too hooked to say no. Yeah, that's a risk. But like right now, they're making a really big deal out of not putting loot boxes in the card game. So I think they're going to hold off on loot boxes in the card game. I think they're going to add other monetization. I think what they're going to do, really, like the thing I really think they're going to do for monetization in the card game and is going to be cosmetics. Like, I think they're going to sell skins for cards. That's what I think they're going to do. I think they're going to sell fucking skins for cards. That's how they're going to do it. So that you can have Zed, or you can have, you know, Shockwave Zed, or you can have, like, that would be my take on how they're gonna really heavily monetize the card game is cosmetics and aesthetics and game boards and shit like that.
In this case, because we have such a huge defense,
but will those players stay? They're walking a very thin line between Hearthstone and Magic. Like Shifu, I think the thing they're leaning on is that when you like this card game is gonna get launched through the card game is going to be launched through the League of Legends launcher. They're going to count on people who play League of Legends playing this card game rather than jumping over to the Blizzard thing. Rather than jumping over to the Blizzard launcher and playing Hearthstone over there. And that's a really solid strategy. Like, just being convenient is going to get them a hell of a lot of players just on that. Jackson, I don't agree, Scan. Competitive FPS players don't like detail too much, only care about gameplay. Yeah, that's true. Like, it could be that it's just about keeping the play space clean.
If you're watching, it's like, oh,
but like that means it's not going to appeal to casuals. And if it doesn't appeal to casuals, then they're not going to have a large enough player base to make a competitive scene out of. So I'm not really sure that's going to work for them.
What a great deck.
Sky, I'm so excited for the card game, if only for the card art. I'm super excited because every card shows us more of the world, and there are so many. Yeah, like there's a lot. Like, just in terms of fucking character design, I could do a million videos on these cards. Just looking at them right now, there's so much character design in there to talk about. Spider Axe just confirmed his Fortiche behind the new animated series. Called it! I'm really pleased I was able to call that. That's good. I'm scared that we had less focus on the main game, especially the lore. There's a reason why I dislike the shooter. It isn't League of Legends universe. Yeah, they've hired new people for the shooter. Palandium. They've hired people specifically for that. It's not going to take anything away from League of Legends. I don't think there's going to be much overlap in the developers on those two games. I hate when new champions get drowned out by other releases like Kiana with TFT. Yeah, I mean, Senna... There's a reason why they did an animated trailer for Senna, IDK either. Like, that's why they did the whole animation trailer for Senna, is to make sure that she still gets attention. The next Rift news from Nikrit will be a 16-hour special. Yeah, oh god, the poor guy. Holy shit, I don't know how he's going to make videos about all of this. I don't know how I'm going to do it.
And some questions you might have about the game. So let's go ahead and get the first question on the screen from @NelsonAlec. What mechanics do you think make
Runeterra most unique?
That's a great question. Softball. I love it.
It's not a good question. It's a boring question. Oh well. When they do an animated movie, does that mean they got their story straight? Well, Neshiko, they were doing a prequel. That's how they're doing it. Like they're what we're getting is a Vi and Jinx origin story. Which means that they only really have to concern themselves with the characters in Son and Piltover, and they can just pretend like Caitlyn doesn't exist if they need to. They can just pretend like Camille doesn't exist if they need to. They can pretend like, I wouldn't expect to see like Jace or Victor being major characters in it, for example. So like they're just gonna do a prequel in the same, which just like, it's the same way with Star Wars, how they did like Rogue One. You can do whatever the fuck you want in a prequel, so long as it gets to the point where the story is at right now, and the main thing, you can do whatever the hell you want. And and from a storytelling perspective, that makes perfect sense, and I'm gonna make a video about that, believe you me. If Riot did a yearly event like this similar to BlizzCon, I think it would be a massive boost to their player count. Oh my god, they can't. Like, they can't announce 4 new games a year. They can't. But I think I think this is a test balloon for Riot. Like, I think if this event being successful is going to be a big determining factor about whether they do it again next year. As a kind of roundup to announce new things and stuff like that. Oh, Daniel Lurch, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. I'm still amazed that so many fucking people showed up. Where is Arcane being shown when it releases? Does anyone know? No one knows yet, no. I don't think they're going to do it with Netflix. Like, I don't think Riot are going to distribute it through Netflix or any of the traditionals. Like, if I had to take a guess, I think Riot are just going to release Arcane onto YouTube for free. Like, I would do that if I was them. That's how I'd do it. But they might have a distribution deal, like, with especially because, like, if they had a distribution deal with Netflix or Amazon or something like that, they would have trouble distributing it in China. That's the main determining factor on how they're going to release Arcane, is how can they get it to show in China. That's the main thing.
So our strategy to do that was to also ensure that
Bishop Clark, Camille could very well be using the Camille police force to serve only nobles, inspiring Caitlyn to take up her profession. Yeah, I mean, they can do origin stories for pretty much everyone in Son and Piltover, if they want to, but they don't have to. That's the power of a prequel, is you don't have to involve anyone but Jinx and Vi. Hulu, no.
This is the question we needed.
I mean, we do have a kind of a
Echo should be there. I think Echo is going to be like 5 years old in the timeline of that animated series. Like, he's much younger than Vi. He's like, isn't he like 14 in the main lore right now? They're going to launch it through the Leak client, so it crashes and softlocks every 27 seconds. What do you think of the theory that Senna's weapon is Lucian's gun he lost to allow her to escape when she's in the game, so Lucian doesn't have his double passive, but he gains a shield? That could be a thing they do. Like, that they've tested something like that with Saya and Rakan, like having those dual character dynamics. That might be a thing they do. It's possible. I'm not sure about it, but it's possible. It would be hard to balance. Lux doesn't have boot plates on the Legends of Runeterra cover. Yes, thank God. IGN just posted a video of 12 Leb. I don't know what 12 Leb is.
This is a game that's already happened. Yes. So it's a guaranteed. We kind of know. I mean, do we? We took the W. Do we? I don't know if we do. I mean, it's gonna be kind of embarrassing.
So are they really just going to be showing more and more
15 minutes of fame.
card game? Yeah, I guess. The card game is the one that's coming out soon.
You're not highlighting my deck, man.
Thoughts on Senna's looks? We didn't really get to see much of her in the animated short. We didn't really get to see much of her. She looked okay. I don't like her physicality, her body, like in terms of like her body type. She looked like just another League of Legends girl, as far as I could tell. So I don't think her physicality, like her body shape, was anything new or interesting. But like, she's the first actual black woman in League of Legends. For those who don't know, Karma, for example, she's Southeast Asian. She's supposed to be. She's the first black woman in League of Legends. Only took them 10 fucking years to recognize that, hey, maybe black women also exist. But yeah. Were multiple games announced? Yes. They announced the card game, they announced the fighting game, and they teased a Diablo-style action RPG.
pops out, which is pretty good value for 2 mana.
Lasav, do you think it's a counter? Yeah, I think her ultimate... I think the ability we saw in the animated short... Let's see if we can find the animated short, actually. Must be somewhere around here. They started with Senna, right? Let's see if we can find the animated short here somewhere.
So quick attack is really bailing Zed out here because the 1 damage comes through.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Here we go. Let's have a look at the animated short again. It's still weird that an ADC has so much trouble with a support, honestly. Ilawi's Pacific Islander, yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have such a cool animation breakdown of this one. So, Thresh breaks one of Lucian's guns. We saw that right here. One of Lucian's guns gets broken. Let's see. God damn it. It's impossible to scroll through with like an hour and a half worth of live stream. Yeah, crit Thresh. ADC Thresh. So let's see. Thresh is going to break one of his guns, and that happens here. Lucian's gun is broken. And I don't know if he's going to be able to repair it. And what he's going to do is going to pick up the shard, he's going to jab it into the lantern and blow it up. And free Senna that way. Boom! Okay, Senna, show up, girl. Yeah, I know the trailer is on YouTube, but I don't want to miss the rest of the live stream. I think they might talk about something else after the card game section. Hey, Senna. What up, girl? Okay, let's have a look at your character design, lady. So her character design is similar to Lucian in a lot of ways. Like, it works on a similar aesthetic. She's got the same kind of cape thing going on. She's got a lot more gold going on than Lucian does, though. It's interesting. That's a sensible contrast. And here you can see, like, we've got the light here, but her abilities are also clearly influenced by shadow. Like, there's clearly some Shadow Isles darkness going on. Between... Oh, I should actually make my mouse cursor show up. Can I do that? Thank you. There's definitely also darkness in her ability. This is her ultimate, I'm pretty sure. There's definitely also darkness in there. So there's that light and dark tension between her and... I like her face. Like, she has a nose. That's pretty rare for League of Legends girls to have an actual nose that looks like a nose. And I love that she has natural hair. Like, really proper natural hair. And yeah, I don't know if that's a reflect spell specifically, but it's definitely an invulnerability thing. And there, again, Thresh looks very scared here. Again, she's using dark power to throw Thresh away, clearly. And you can see that here, the darkness is almost kind of emanating from her a little bit. Ooh, let me get a look at that. Finally, a full look at her. I think she's got a bare midriff, which is a little bit, really? Again, Riot? Again with that? But yeah, she's a standard League of Legends girl physicality, like her standard League of Legends girl body, which is a bit boring. But she's the first black woman in the game, so that's nice. And there's a lot of good... oh my god. This bullshit. The boob plate, fine, whatever, but this... They did the same thing with Kayle. They do it with so many champions. They have these armor plates that kind of point down, so that if she bends over, she's stabbing herself in the gut. They are, like, that's oh, they're such a pet peeve for me because they're so stupid. Like, why would you design armor with a sharp point pointing directly at your own internal organs? That's why. Why would you do this? Oh well. I like her shoes. Those are cool boots. But yeah, that's Senna. And again, there's going to be a what's the deal video about her.
You're hitting on a good point, which is like higher card access and the ability to kind of...
No, Karma's not black. She's Southeast Asian. Indian, Southeast Asian, something along those lines. Ilaoi is Pacific Islander. And, like, she is the first black woman in League of Legends. Specifically.
So hopefully a change is not about blowing up a player's favorite deck. A change is about maintaining the health of the game and kind of doing what's necessary.
It's not like she can die again. Yeah, maybe that's why. It might be leather, yeah, I guess, but still, it's still gonna be super uncomfortable to bend over with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think players will just.
But yeah, Lucian is gonna need new voice lines, and I think they're gonna give them to him. Like, I think because, like, they're already recording 1 million new voice lines for the card game. For all of the champions, pretty much. So I would suspect that Lucian's voice actor is going to come in and do a new voiceover for Lucian. To give him some new special interactions and shit, hopefully, as well. And Senna and Lucian are going to have special interactions and stuff like that. Kiana is South American, for those who are wondering.
Noxus is aggressive.
Yes, Noxus
as we demonstrated
Noxus is aggressive.
When we actually cast cards.
We tried to demonstrate.
But yeah, they're definitely
things dying, coming back to life.
I want to analyze the fighting game animation we saw earlier. Yeah, we only got like 5 seconds of footage from the fighting game, sadly.
Something like the random spells in Hearthstone or random target.
And it looks really unfinished.
RNG cards. I could talk a lot.
The animations in the card game are fucking awesome. Like that's something I talked about earlier, is that that's one thing that this game is going to have over Hearthstone, is that its animations are going to be a lot faster and a lot smoother. Is from the looks of it, it's a lot faster and smoother, and it's a lot more elaborate. Like they've really, one of the things that Hearthstone did so well was that they made the playable computer game, card game, really dynamic and fun to look at. They had all these spell animations and voice lines and all that stuff. That was all very cool. And it looks like they're Riot are just looking at that and going, okay, let's do that, but times 10.
Like this really, it feels like very minimal. Like about like normal.
Let's see, maybe they recorded the new Lucian lines when he did his cowboy skin. Yeah, they could have done it at that time as well.
Like it's just.
No, Talia is Middle Eastern based, I think.
Every time I play,
as far as I know,
slightly better than me.
She's based on like Semitic peoples out of the Middle East or the Levant.
So much, which is a really cool thing to see. So some RNG, but I don't think enough to make people too.
Yeah, Egyptian, like maybe something like that. The thing about Shurima is like it's just one. The only fucking representation Africa gets in all of League of Legends is Egypt, and that's Shurima. So like,
there's
yeah.
a list of questions that my team told me I couldn't answer.
Okay, is this one of them?
So I actually wore a shirt for one of the next regions.
Oh,
no, actually,
okay.
That's not the shirt I thought it was. So
they announced an animated series. Yes, the card game is called Legends of Runeterra. The animated series is called Arcane, and it's about Jinx and Vi in Piltover and Son. It's about their backstory. There's a fighting game which seemed to be based on Rising Thunder, which is the studio that
yes, there will be more in the
which is the game that Riot bought. Like they bought the studio that made that made Rising Thunder, and they seem to have basically just ported that engine over to that particular game, I think.
At playruneterra.com. Don't forget, we're adding more players to the preview patch for Legends of Runeterra.
Let's see. Talia should be from Desert. Yeah, a country is not a race. Yeah, I don't think anyone said so. Egypt is in Africa, but it's only North Africa, and like Africa's pretty big. It's like a lot bigger than Europe, and we've got like both Noxus and Demacia representing Europe. It's a lot bigger. It's fucking bigger than North America. Like, I'm just saying. And they're doing like it's the same thing with Ionia. Like Ionia is all of Asia and Southeast Asia, and like all of that is just mashed into one, which again is like there's a lot of different cultures in Asia. Matthias Flores, there's nothing wrong with a perfect female body type, it's just boring. Like, they all fucking have it. And it's the same thing with the male characters, by the way, since you're wondering. It's boring. They all have the same fucking body types over and over again. And there's more options. So that's my argument against it. It's that it's just boring when you have that perfect physicality over and over again. Yeah, they're coded that way, obviously. That's how that works. I'd like to have one part of Noxus based on Mongolia. That would be good, yeah. Like, it just, like, generally, like, the steppes of like, east of, like, Middle Asia and Russia and the Slavic peoples, like, there's a hell of a lot of places in the real world that Riot Games hasn't drawn inspiration from yet for making League of Legends. Like, so we have like 4 European, like we have Noxus, Demacia, Freljord, and Piltover and Son, all of which are based on Europe, but then we have like all of Africa's, like you get Egypt with Shurima, that's it. So, you know. Anyway, that was it. Okay, that was the end of that stream. Cool. Well, then, we can finally go back and look at this. This is the thing I want to look at. Sucks for the rest of you, but we're looking at the animated series now. When does the footage start? Here. Okay, let's get that up to 1080p, please. Jesus. Hey! Jinx got a little tooth gap. I'm wondering about that character. I wonder if that's someone we know or if he's an original character created for nothing. But the first thing I want to note is, that's the thing that tipped me off that this is Fortiche. That style of smoke animation and like those like vapor trails and stuff that are coming off the airship, that's so Studio Fortiche. That is so Studio Fortiche entirely. Targon is mostly based on Greece, a lot of it. If I'm not much mistaken, I think this is actually directly based on an illustration that you can find on the Universe. I think this is actually a direct adaptation of an illustration on Universe. It looks very familiar. Let's see. Vi has clearly taken a couple of punches to the face here. A lot of bruising going on, so abusive childhoods. No surprise there. A lot of good character design going on here. Look at that old man there, like bent over with the beard. Goggles Kid is obviously Jace. I'm not so sure, because Jace is a Piltoverian, and Vi and Jinx are Sawnights. So, I'm not so sure. There's, like, that old man here, the guy with the giant backpack. That's something I'm really excited about, is there's so much fucking good character design here. And, like, look at the way Fortiche does frames. This looks like a drawing, right? Like, it really genuinely looks like a 2D drawing. And that's because Fortiche is so fucking good at compositing, 3D animation into a format that looks like 2D. This is something that Netflix's The Dragon Prince did really well as well. But Fortiche are kind of better at smoothing it out
I'd like to let
without too much motion blur.
you in on a very...
I do like this aspect of Jinx's character design. Because this is Jinx. Let's be real. One aspect of her character design I really like. Look how chaotic her hair is. Like, it's all, she's got all these hair clips and it's all kind of frazzled and cut off at odd angles as though she's been cutting it herself, which she probably has. Which kind of foreshadows the fact that she's a little bit unstable.
Very important secret.
And then we have these things. What do we have there? Because I know, it reminds me a little bit of the Jace's hammer thing. Where Jace has that secret power source that goes into his hammer, and that's part of his whole conflict with Victor. And I wonder if these are going to be similar things. Also, something I want to note, and this is just a small thing, but this is one of the things I love. Look, every single one of these buttons here is a different shape. Like, they haven't just copy-pasted them, they made different ones every time. And it's the same thing with these 2 locks. They're not identical. They sculpted the whole fucking thing properly, as though it has been handmade. And that's one of the things I love about Fortiche, is that their style looks so handmade. Like, they don't copy paste in the same way that a lot of 3D animation does. This character is fucking gorgeous. Just gonna say that straight up.
comes to the...
And I love this guy. Look at his eyebrows. Look at his fucking eyebrows. But also look at the contrast in, like, this is some really basic character design stuff, but look at the contrast. I think if that's Jace, then this is Victor. Like, if that's Jace, then that is definitely Victor. Just saying. And if that's the case, this is going to be a really fucking interesting animated series. Anyway, look at the visual contrast between these two characters, right? Like, not just in the terms that this guy's chubbier and bigger, but like that this guy, the jawline and like the way his cheekbones are shaped is just completely distinct. And the same thing between Jinx and Vi. Like, you can see Vi has a completely distinct jaw shape from her little sister, which is something that League of Legends it would be nice if League of Legends did that in the main game, like had characters with different jaw shapes, because every fucking girl in League, like all of the hot girls in League of Legends have the same fucking jaw shape. All of them. And it's distressing. Ooh, wait. I saw something. Something very small and minor that doesn't really matter, but which is interesting to me alone. Oh, yeah. Oh, the little sparks. The little sparks on the knife. It's 2 frames. But they do add a little something, don't they?
Anything to achieve it.
Oh, this is just good. You can tell Jinx has been missing sleep. And presumably she's got one of those little magic doobly-doos, and that's what that guy is here to reclaim. Oh, that's really good. Look how, like, there's a barrel in front of the door, so Vi has to shove it out of her way. So when she comes through the door, her entire weight is leaned forward, and you can kind of see how she kind of has to stumble to catch up with her own body weight as they're running. That's just really good animation. Okay, I should save this for a video. I should do a separate video on this rather than go through the whole thing right now, because there's so much good shit to look at there. Holy fuck.
Let the monster out.
Anyway, let's look at this character. Is that... Because people say that this is pink hair, but I think it's just the pink light from behind them being reflected. Because that doesn't look like Vi's face at all, and doesn't look like her ears either. Like, I think this is Mundo. I think that's what this is supposed to be. Some people said it might be singed, which is not impossible, I guess. But if I had to take it, like, with all the veins and all the bulging and all the big muscle, the whole Bane hulking out thing, I think this is going to be Mundo. I mean, it could be Vi going through some kind of magical experimentation thing, because she's got, there's the gloves and shit, but I don't think it's the same eyebrow shape as Vi has. Let's see if we can find a shot of her face. Yeah, no, look at Vi's eyebrows. Look at these thick-ass things. These thick-ass motherfuckers, and then compare that to this. That's not the same character at all. Those eyebrows are completely different, and they're also different from Jinx's, I think. Yeah, they are. So that's not Vi, and it's not Jinx. I think it's Mundo. Arcane, what's the significance of the title? I'm not sure it has significance, except it sounds magical. I love that Jinx's boots are mismatched. I like that a lot. God, the visual style of this show is going to be so fucking rad. Oh my god. Okay, let's look at some of the other stuff they've uploaded. What the fuck else have you uploaded, Riot? A million things, I bet. Assholes. God, it's like you don't even think of us, the poor content creators, who have to fucking deal with all of this. Okay, TFT and
Let's
mobile.
Talk a little bit about League's newest permanent game.
And what about the preseason stuff? I wanted to look at the Summoner's Rift thing. Is that in here then?
Hey everyone, Joe here again on behalf of the League.
Overhauls are totally new. We've always thought of Summoner's Rift as a living, breathing place.
Okay, they're here.
Older buffs keeping its burn effect. stack brush.
Let's see.
Overhauls are totally new additions. We've always thought of Summoner's Rift as a living, breathing place with enough depth to be fun and interesting, whether it's your first time playing or if you're a seasoned veteran. And to that end, Preseason 2020, Rise of the Elements, will introduce new emergent gameplay opportunities on the map.
Rise
and
of the
to open fresh
Elements,
strategies to master, outplay, and win. The biggest change here is the new Elemental Rift system. As teams take down Elemental Drakes, one element will eventually dominate the Rift, permanently altering the map.
Okay, so depending on how many Elemental Drakes you take down, changes happen to the map.
Each Elemental Rift impacts teamfights, rotations, vision, and objective control in a unique way, meaning no one game will play out the same as the last, even if everyone's on the same champ. Infernal knocks down walls and burns down brush. Mountain adds new terrain to play around. Ocean makes brush grow larger and spawn extra honey fruit.
Oh, you're right. There's a countdown.
Cloud turns.
Someone said there's a countdown on the Celebrate site, and they're right. It's a 15-minute countdown. So I guess we'll keep that open as well, just in case. No, go up there so I can switch between them. Interesting. Anyway,
Vision
back to Summoner's
vaults
Rift.
And burns down brush. Vision and objective control in a unique way, meaning no one game will play out the same as the last, even if everyone's on the same champ. Infernal knocks down walls and burns down.
Right, so Infernal opens the map. Mountain Drake then, as far as I could tell, closes the map off a little bit, actually.
Brush. Mountain.
Yeah, Mountain Drake creates new walls, like this right here, in front of the Dragon
adds
Pit.
new terrain to play around.
So that's gonna actually, I think Mountain Drake is gonna be a buff to characters like Kiana and Talia.
Ocean makes brush grow larger.
Ocean makes them more
And
brush.
spawn extra honey fruit.
And extra honey
And
fruit.
Cloud turns pathways into wind tunnels that increase movement speed.
So my question is whether something like the Cloud Drake, is that movement speed buff going to be given to everyone, or just the people who've been taking the dragons?
Elemental buffs are also getting an overhaul.
Oh, it's
with the
hours,
final
15
stack of
hours. Well,
each
fuck
element
that.
Offering powerful effects that aren't just stats. Plus, Cloud Drake should be more satisfying now that we've switched it to grant CDR on your own. And don't worry, we're not
Oh yeah, those are minutes. Those are that's the hours. Those are the minutes. Okay, well, okay, fine. We'll leave that alone then.
letting Elder Dragon be one-upped by its younger siblings. When the game gets to Elder, we know the game's progressed pretty far. And to that end, we want to change the invisible parts of Elder buff into power that more clearly tells you to fight and push through to the end. Elder buff's keeping its burn effect, but instead of the large passive stat stick Elder currently gives, it'll now ground and execute against enemies below a certain health threshold. Dragon.
Oh, so basically if you have Elder Drake, you just execute people below a certain amount of health. Okay. So what you're telling me is that there's a top laner who's going to get taken out by a support auto attack. Oh yeah, the pro players are going to be pissed about all of this. They're going to be fucking furious about all of this. And then they're going to get over it, and then they're going to play around it, and then they're going to figure it out.
We're also making a few map changes to add more outplay opportunities. Top and bot are getting new alcoves to shake up vision.
Like, those are going to fuck some shit up. And I have to wonder
New alcoves to shake up vision control and
if there's something special about that, or if it's just a little bit of glowy terrain stuff. But like, these alcoves are gonna fuck shit up both in top and bottom lane. Like the fucking give us the link to that page. To what page? Oh, to the countdown. It's celebrate. Let's see if we can find it. Celebrate.leagueoflegends.com. There we go. That's the link. But yeah, that's gonna fuck shit up in pro play. Holy shit. Like, that alcove thing, in terms of ganking, in terms of, like, the vision control that you need to be safe down here, that's gonna fuck shit up.
And we're adding some new brush by the blue buff river entrances.
And then new brush in the blue buff. Okay.
That's just the start of what Preseason has to offer. We'll be publishing a dev blog shortly after the stream with more info on these changes, plus a ton of others.
Yeah, there's a dev blog about that. I'll take a look at that later. I'm not really much for, like, okay, let's see. People said, let's go and have a look at the... That's the recap, right?
And to open fresh strategy
Yeah, that doesn't tell me anything new. So let's go and try and find the footage of the fighting game, and then the footage of that action RPG. I'm not really interested in the FPS, to be honest, so I'm not gonna bother with it. Oh, that's on the Riot Games YouTube channel. Okay, I'll need the League of Legends YouTube channel. Why would you split it up like that? That's stupid. Okay,
We
let's
like
see.
to.
So where the fuck is the... Hello? Then there's the Senna trailer. Then there's League of Legends Mobile. Where's the fighting game segment? Give it to me. There's esports. That's the music bit. That's TFT. Here we go. Here it is.
And they're
all feel so magical. I hope that's the kind of experience
with
sort of fighting game fans around the world.
There we go.
Live and in person.
Let's see.
That was a crazy, surreal experience because we've been
Why is
working on
this in
for a little
480p?
while, and we've always
360,
had
Jesus.
to be so secretive. What I
Okay, let's see.
at
Jinx.
Evo, we were able to share news about.
Now, I don't
Project
know a
L,
lot of fighting game
with
terminology,
fighting game fans
unfortunately,
around
so
the
you'll have to
world,
bear
live
with
and
me.
in person. That was a crazy, surreal experience because we've been working on this for a little while, and we've always had to be so secretive.
Because what I'm curious about here is... It's definitely a new character model for Jinx, no surprise there. So we have Jinx, Katarina, and this seems to be a placeholder asset, but it looks like they're going to do all new portraits for the characters in game, which makes sense.
League
And
of
of course,
Legends
Jinx has
players
a bunch of ranged attacks.
Expect from this game is different, but in some ways harmonious with what I think fighting game players expect from this game. Everyone wants a great game.
The chat is pretty quiet for 1,000 viewers. I mean, yeah. I think a lot of people are sort of just hanging around now.
What we've been seeing is that...
Okay, I have to wonder, because there's the PlayStation symbols on these cabinets, does that mean they're teasing it for console? Yeah, we'll watch the Diablo
people are really excited
crawler
to
thing
see
as well. We'll take a look at that
Runeterra
as well. We'll try and
champions.
find it. But I just want to have a look at that.
Different, but
animation
in
right
some
there.
ways harmonious with what I think fighting game players expect from this game. Everyone wants a great game, but what we've been seeing is that people are really excited to see Runeterra champions.
Okay, let's have a look at that. Because that seems to be a super attack of some kind, because the camera is all zoomed in. But yeah, new portrait for Darius. He looks a lot older here. Look at that. Look at that. Look how old he looks. Darius looks old as balls. In this portrait. Like, he looks like he's middle-aged here. In the main game, he's like 30. Here, he looks like he's 45. Interesting. So this is one of Katarina's specials. Yeah, I guess.
In a new light. Even like...
She's got the
From a new
Shunpo.
camera angle. Making fighting games is really, really tough. These are intricate games to make. And while we're a good ways towards...
Yeah, it's just a fight
making
stick.
something
I mean, I'm just
It's
speculating.
really cool. We still have a long
But
way to go.
I wouldn't be surprised if it
We're
comes
gonna
out
go
on
dark for a
console.
while after this. So please don't expect anything soon, but know that we're here working hard for you.
My hope is that Riot
But yeah, as
continues
they
on
say
for
in the
many,
thing-
many years, and
See, there we get a little bit of a look at the Diablo action RPG thing. And I think, like I said earlier, I think the ARPG is in really, 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 really early stages. I think perhaps even earlier than the fighting game, really. Because I'm not seeing any UI at all
many years and
in
decades
that build.
to come, as a company that players
And it
can
looks like
count
it's
on
twin
to have their
stick-ish.
We're really excited to see how people react, and you know, we believe that there's an incredible opportunity to sort of make some player dreams come true. And
Oh, wait, hang on. That concept art, I saw something. Okay, that's just a monster. Right. Is that Tibbers? No.
through in a bunch of new ways, and we hope we can do that.
Yeah. Give us more ARPG footage. Oh, we're not going to get that. They're going to go straight to the shooter. Yeah,
shooter
okay.
fan or fighting game fan.
Yeah, but let's have a look at these. See,
Remaining
Ari
players.
confirmed, definitely.
Whether you're a tactical shooter fan or fighting.
So, Shurima fighting stage. I wonder if that's the aesthetic look that they're going to be going for the game. Or if this is just placeholder stuff. Because that looks really finished. Like, that aesthetically, that looks very finished. And it looks like they've settled on a visual style for it. And I gotta say, it looks pretty good. Like, visually, this looks pretty good. And it doesn't look like Guilty Gear, and it doesn't look like Marvel vs. Capcom. And it doesn't look like any of the other fighting games that I know about. It certainly doesn't look anything like Mortal Kombat, for example. Like, that's a distinct, unique look, which is kind of important for fighting games.
Or strategy.
And Darius clearly has a whole bunch of, like, pulling stuff with his axe.
Game
yeah.
Fan, you can count on Riot to support that.
Yeah. Shut up and give me the ARPG footage.
With a really, really strong long-term mindset.
The ARPG footage
Even
is
though
so
we
spread
all
out
love
throughout this fucking
League of
thing.
Legends, I think we also all love to imagine the possibility of what would it be like to run around and explore the world of Runeterra. How could we?
There we go. Okay, so I think that, like, that's Ezreal. That's Blitzcrank. So who's that third guy? Is that Yasuo? It can't be. No, it's someone who's riding Blitzcrank? No, okay. No, I think that's Yasuo. But yeah, this looks like a co-op ARPG kind of thing to me. And it looks... I mean, I feel like this looks like a Switch game almost. Because it's got a slight tilt-shifted aesthetic to it.
Experiences for players.
Let me just see that.
To
yeah, still not seeing any UI.
Go
but look at that. Look, Ezreal right there. He's aiming a skill shot. And that's the same art asset that they use in-game. In main League of Legends. Presumably that's just a placeholder.
Explore.
But he's aiming a skill shot, except it's a hook.
Friends.
I hope that in the same way when you see a Disney movie and then you go to Disneyland and getting to actually walk around and explore a space that you know really well feels.
And we know Lulu is in it as well because she's being painted over here.
I hope that's the kind of experience that we can.
But yeah, it's hard to tell what, because I'm not seeing any loot drops, and I'm not seeing any damage numbers, and I can't see any health bar, and I can't see anything really.
You have to play that feeling of.
So in terms of what this is exactly, in terms of genre, it's hard to tell. It looks like a brawler, like it looks like a cooperative brawler game.
Wandering around.
It's Lux, yeah, it's probably Lux.
We didn't build League of Legends, right? We started it, we seeded it, and then we built it with the community of players.
Right. Okay. I think that's about all of it, except for the FPS that I don't care about. I'll take a look at the FPS later on in a video, but I'm not really interested in it right now. So I think that was all of it. So you guys in the chat, let me know. Is there anything else that you guys want me to take a look at here? Anything else you want me to go through? Because like I'm gonna do a separate video for the Senna's and for the animated trailer. I'm gonna full animation breakdown of that thing. And then once Senna actually comes out, we know her lore and backstory and stuff like that. She's gonna get a what's the deal video, and I'm gonna talk about Lucian there as well. That's gonna be a whole thing. Then there's TFT, which we haven't taken a look at TFT much in this particular stream yet, and then there's the Wild Rift, the mobile game. Have I heard about an anime called Demon Slayer? Yes, I have. I haven't watched it yet, but... Oof. Back from the DNC debate. What are all these games? Yeah, it's... TFT is getting champion packs. Like, they're basically going to switch out champion rosters from time to time. So you get whole new sets of synergies and shit like that. Senna has been released. There's a fighting game in development. There is... There's all of the shit. Okay. The LOL mobile animation. The Mobile League art style, a little bit of the card art. Yeah, I want to look at the card art too, but I want the full card art. I'm gonna get an artist that right to send it to me. I want it. I want to look at it. Arcane. We've already looked at Arcane, so you're a little bit. Wild Rift animations. There's a trailer on Reddit. Let me go and find that. Let's see. Arcane, blah, 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 Legends of Runeterra, blah, blah, blah. Wild Rift announcement trailer. Yes, that's the one we want. Oh, shit. The Wild Rift game has got its own YouTube channel, actually. Which makes sense. Okay, we've got something to look at here. Yeah. Okay, the first thing I notice is that the champions are way bigger on the field than they are in main Summoner's Rift. Like, these are way larger. Mobalytics has all the cards? Oh, fuck yes. But yeah, it's the same Summoner's Rift. Like, I'm pretty sure they just directly ported most of the art assets from main SR. But they've got new models for the minions, new models for the turrets. Gromp is the same. Garen seems to have a new model. Oh shit, Ahri. Look at Ahri. It's hard to tell, but let me see if I can find it. Look, her tails connect properly to her ass. They're actually properly connected now. They're not just floating in space. No shopkeeper. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a lot of items in this version of the game. At least not in the same way. Yeah, new turrets. There's honey fruit hanging out over here for some reason. Misfortune, yeah, she seems to have mostly her old model. It's about as high as the quality goes. Six has a new character model. I think Alistar does as well. Look at Blitzcrank. Look at Blitzcrank's fucking model compared to the main game. I mean, look at that. Look how much better he looks in this game. I mean, come on. Yeah, a lot of the animation for the attacks has changed. Whoa, 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 what? Oh, what the fuck? You can guide Ashe's arrow? Oh, come the fuck on, Riot. You have to put that in the main game now. Camille is in there. Confirmed. Yeah, they've lowered the polygon count on a lot of the effects animation, especially. They've changed the Fizz model a little bit, too. Hey, there's Jin. Look at that. Oh, that's cool. But, like, I think this... Yeah, this is, like... I wonder if this is the in-game model. I wonder if this is the same model here that he has in the actual game. Because it looks like it might not be the same model. But that would be weird, though. On the other hand, it would also be weird to try and render the full fidelity model of... Yeah, this is definitely a different model than in-game. But look how... He's got the little earring. He's got a flipper on his spear. And look at the squash and stretch on that shark. Like, look at that. Nom! But yeah, that's definitely a different model than he's got in-game. Oh, there's so much good follow-through going on here. I'm gonna have to download this in full resolution so I can really do it. Oh, look at Fizz. Oh, he looks adorable. That's a good-looking Fizz model, I tell you what. But yeah, they're definitely using different models for this than they're using in-game. Or at least they're using, like, maybe they're probably the same model, really, but they're lower fidelity in-game. Okay, those hips, though. I mean, I don't want to be gross, but... Look at that Shyvana. I mean, that's my girl right there. And look at that Jax model. That looks 10 times better than in the fucking main game. Come on. Come on. Yep, that's definitely a much better Alistar model than in the main game. They've changed her character design. They've changed her character design. That's a new Ashe character. Look at this. Do you see that feathering? Do you see that fur lining along her shoulders? And they've got a thicker skirt going on and a big leather belt, and it looks a little bit more sensible. Like, it's still mostly the shitty character design that she's got in the main game, but it looks a lot better than in the main game. Yeah, Riot are gonna have trouble explaining to players why the main game characters look worse than these. Oh, man. Okay. Ezreal still looking like your usual fuckboy. Yeah, he definitely does. He definitely does. Anything else that you guys want to look at? But yeah, I'm definitely, like, as soon as I have access to the full animation, like those show-off animations that they were showing, as soon as I have access to those, I'm definitely gonna take a close-ass look at them. Riot continues to bully Skyen with Ashe. Yeah, they're just shoving it in my face now. They're shoving it in my face. They really are. Jerks. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be after Riot. Like, I'm gonna bring this up in every fucking What's the Deal video from now on. Every single one of them. I'm gonna be like, this character looks better in the mobile version. Just saying. Character looks better in the mobile version. The Karma skin. Right, where the fuck is the Karma skin? That would have to be in here.
Hey everyone.
Let's take a quick
Joe
look
here
at it
again
if we can find it.
on behalf of the League dev team. Today, we have a very special Riot Please for you. Of course, we're going to tell you all about our plans for the upcoming preseason. We'll also give you an update on TFT.
There she is.
Releasing.
That's the Karma. Okay. I mean, it's pretty nice. I mean, my bugbear is always, like, again, that's a very sharp metal point that's going to stab her in the chest if she bends forward. Why just round it off, Riot? Really? Why is it always pointy with you guys? Really? And then there's, like, it's boob plate, and it's just, I mean, but the thing is doing, like, specifically for this skin, clearly this is not supposed to be practical in any way, shape, or form. Like, this is supposed to be some kind of ceremonial armor thing. This is some kind of ceremonial thing. This is some kind of high priestess thing or whatever. And yeah, it makes sense, fine. You want to highlight her titties, you want to make her look extra feminine, sure, why not do that? But why make the pointy things pointing at her sternum? Why do that? Silly. The same thing with this fucking thing, like this pointy thing here. Why can't women in League of Legends bend over? Why aren't they allowed to bend over, Riot? What are you trying to say? Only do it missionary style? Nobody gets to bend over? Okay, fine, whatever. The art is great. Like, the art is beautiful. I like the juxtaposition of her darker skin with her white hair. That's quite cool. But, I mean, I don't have a lot to say about it. It's just, it's a nice-looking, well-crafted splash art. Let's see, what else? Dun, dun, dun. Oh, thank you, Gadiel Delatoto. Love your channel. Thank you. How's the Dark Souls 2 playthrough? Once we have finished the next Dark Souls Boss Defense Dark Souls video, we'll continue the Dark Souls 2 playthrough. Dawnbringer Karma, yeah. So the cards are on Mobalytics, someone is telling me. Let me go and see if I can find them then. Okay, Runeterra Companion. Ooh, oh, okay, let's just fucking pull this over here then. Oh, we're getting a lot. Oh my god, look at that! Look! Lux's fucking chest plate doesn't look fucking stupid anymore. Okay, I need to find... Can I... Okay, cards. Here's a look at Senna, sort of. No, I want to look at the... I want to see the... Okay, view image. Nope, that doesn't help me. No, I want to see the art. Where can I see the art? Okay, fine. We'll do it the hard way. Card gallery. No? Yeah, no, that doesn't work. 10th anniversary Annie skin. Oh, there's a new Annie skin? Okay, this is gonna be really fucking difficult to navigate, but we'll try and do it that way. Let's see if we can find some champions. Let's see if we can find Senna. And have a look at... Yeah, this is Senna when she's still alive. This is way before the whole lantern thing. And she's got the titty out in force, I can see that, and her waist looks very thin indeed. And Lucian with just one gun. First time an ally dies each round, ready your attack. Okay. Oh my god, they're actually gonna do storyline progression. Here they're together, then just Lucian, and then Senna is dead and Lucian has both guns. So yeah, this is pre-being captured by... The first time an allied Lucian dies this game, grant me 1+1 and double attack. Okay, let's see. Is there a show champions filter? There. Nice. All right, let's have a look at a few. Ooh, I like that Elise. Oh, that's a cool Elise. That's quite nice. They've made her go down a couple of cup sizes. They've made her boobs smaller, I think. Oh, there's some really cool. Oh, there's good I need high resolution versions of this shit. Look at that. Oh my god, look at how cool that looks. It's all souls. It's all people, like, coming together to form a... Oh, that's cool. Okay. Okay, we can work with this, I think. And then there's Teemo. Okay, card gallery. Draven. Level up when I have struck twice with a spinning axe. Yeah, makes sense. Oh, Jinx. Oh, you're looking very... Level up if your hand is empty. Oh, shit. Okay. This is some really nice card art. Albeit, my one criticism, as usual, is that this is very fucking skinny people in this thing. But look at Lux! Look! Look! Look at her fucking chest plate. Look, it doesn't have boobs anymore. She doesn't have titty on her fucking chest plate anymore. Thank God. There's some bigger art at the bottom of the Playterra rune. Yeah, what I'm gonna do... I'm gonna do a separate video for all the card art for Legends of Runeterra. I think that's the only sensible way to do it, because I need to go and find a gallery of it and put it all in a thing so I can browse through it. So yeah, if there's anything else you guys would like me to look at, then speak now or forever hold your peace. Because I think it might be time to call this stream to a close after 3 hours. But yeah, I think I'm like 40 seconds ahead of what you guys are looking at, so I'm just gonna have to sit here and wait in silence. If you want to see a complete picture, it said Legends of Runeterra. Yeah, art tier list. Oh my god, that would take a million years, but maybe something like that. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna take a full look at all of the Annie skin. Right, there was an Annie. Okay, I should probably specify League of Legends. This one? Oh, nice! That's quite cool. Okay, I'm gonna have to grab the... Is it a Meeps? No, it's not? Okay. Nice! Ah, she summons Teemo. Oh, that's quite cool. It's basically an Annie cosplay. With a Teemo bear that has knuckles made of poison shrooms. That's quite cool. Like, that's a tribute to the players. And we've got a bunch of other cosplayers in the background as well. And of course, what's being teased here is that all of these background cosplay skins could be skins in the future as well. Look at that's a budget Master Yi skin. He's got oh, soda bottles taped to his face. That's good. That's cool. That's pretty cool. But yeah, that's a tribute to all of the cosplayers basically. That's pretty cool. Like that's yeah. Good job, Riot. That one's good. The link, yes, the link is here. There was a new Lulu design shown while they were talking about the game they barely talked about. There wasn't much to see on it. It was just Lulu, but with a properly rendered body and, like, proper anatomy. So there's really not much to talk about there. Yeah, so I'm gonna, yeah, that's I want the Yi skin. Yeah, me too. Like, that fucking awesome. But yeah, I think that's about it. I think introducing the League of Legends esports manager. Where did they say that? Was that in the Riot Please posted? I just missed that. Teamfight Tactics, Wild Rift, Runeterra, Project A. Okay. Okay, League of Legends esports manager announced for real. In a press release, they say, blah, blah, designed to expand the esports system. Revenue sharing model, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's just an esports manager. I don't think they've announced very much about it yet, so... Yeah, I'm gonna cut the stream here. Thank you all of the over 1,000 of you who tuned in for this, for all of this nonsense to watch me blabber on about Riot completely fucking ruining my life for the next 6 months as I run and try to catch up with all the nonsense they've just put out. It's 5:30 where I am. 5:30 a.m. I've probably been annoying my neighbors by talking out loud for so long. Oh, Sevno at Twitter is posting the card art. Great. Okay, I'm gonna go look at that. I'm gonna collect it, and then I'm gonna put that together for a video. Anyway, I wish all of you a very good night. I'm going to go pass out. Holy shit! God damn, that was a lot. Please watch my videos. Like, comment, and subscribe. I don't know. I have a YouTube job, but I don't know how to do it right now. Phew. I'm a game design major, and I love seeing your stuff. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Riot, huh? Skyne's playing 2 games? Not on our watch. Yeah, you're right about that. Oh, God, they're gonna kill me. That's what they're gonna do. Yeah, good night, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in. Dislike button story. Okay, if you want to click the dislike button, then sure. Sure, if you want to click the dislike button, then you can go ahead and do that. That would be fine. But you could click it now, or in a couple of months. You know, maybe there's a rework. Maybe there's a mobile version of the dislike button that you can click on. Maybe I'm gonna do a card game version of the dislike button, and then you can play against the dislike button with like cards and dislike cards, and you can get a whole ratio out of it, and then you can give me like 50 dislikes at once if you want to do that, if you win the match. So you could click it now, but if you want to sign up for the closed beta for all the dislike button games that I'm gonna announce, then you better not click it now, because then you're gonna get locked out. So, just saying. Just saying. Thank you very much for watching.